Right. Hey folks, I am back with some Slashdiablo gameplay. For those of you who are here on my previous stream, you will be well aware that I was actually doing some gameplay on D2R. Actually had quite a bit of fun with that, you know. Um, sup Slash? There we go. Hey, Conical! Sup, man? Conical wrote Slashdiablo reset hype. I'm all here for it. Well, I should probably remove the ladder reset part. The reset for Slashdiablo was like, actually technically 3 weeks ago. Well, not even technically. It was 3 weeks ago. Hello, D2D2. Hi, JBJ. Aha. Yeah, sorry to bait you on that, but yeah, no, I mean, I like to put ladder reset so that people know that it's, that it was recent, but I guess that could lead to misunderstandings. Definitely the first 2 weeks, though, I think is fair to leave ladder reset, but after that I can remove it. I'll remove it for the next stream. All the same, though. How are you doing, Conical? It's good to see you. I'm actually just getting started here today. I don't know, finishing some keys to do a run. You have a D-torch yet? Yes, sir, I do. Thank you for checking. Yeah, what was I saying here? So, so here's the plan for today, okay? Well, actually, first, before I talk about today's plan, yeah, so last stream I was playing D2R. I was doing Hammerden, normal to Hell Bale was the plan. I actually got very close. It was just, I got really close. I got bricked on Wave 2 of Hell Bale. I actually teleported myself all the way from Hell A1 to A5 solo. But then I actually took a look at the ladder this afternoon, and I noticed that, how do I put this? Or was it yesterday? Basically, the ladder is already filled with bots for D2R LOD. Even for Paladin. Necro and Amazon are still fine. An Assassin, but yeah, Sork and Paladin, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of the people on those leaderboards now are bots, at least from what I checked. I mean, I can't confirm that they're bots, but there's something very, very suspicious about it, and you can tell me whether you think it is or not, but yeah, that's just the situation, just FYI, okay? I can actually, you know what? I can load it up to show you guys, and you guys can tell me whether or not you agree that these are bots or not, right? Because maybe you're gonna disagree, but I look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are now bots. So, let me see if I can load up D2R. Hopefully I can do this without bricking the stream. I think that should be fine. Okay, so here. Oh wow, there are actually games in Hell now. Crazy. Alright, let me show you guys what I got here, okay? So, this is D2R. There finally are people in Hell mode. I waited yeah, look at that. There's finally people who actually are starting to catch up. It took them the whole weekend to get here, which, good on them. They actually have a life unlike me, but, yeah, it took them, I mean, I basically grinded out to Hell mode, Act 5, on reset night. So this is kind of the situation. Actually, wait, let's start with Assassin. Okay, notice that these assassins, none of these assassins were here, eh? None of these assassins were here, but all of a sudden, magically, there's there's a whole bunch of assassins that were here. That just appeared out of nowhere. Same thing with Amazon, too. Wait. Yeah, this is expansion. Yeah, that's right. And then Necromancer. Ah, there you go. Necro. So, yeah, when I checked this, it's funny because when I was checking earlier today, maybe it wasn't this afternoon, maybe it was in the morning or something. There weren't even this many assassins, and certainly when I played on Reset Night, you might recall that no one was playing Assassin. But then all of a sudden, there's tons of assassins that sprung out of nowhere. Even though Reset is most popular on, on day one, right? But yeah, somehow on Saturday and Sunday, magically, all these assassins just sprung out of nowhere. Okay, so then that's for Assassin. Amazon, the same situation. Necro, not as much, like not so much, but still, a lot of Necros came out of nowhere, but sure, I'm going to disregard that. Now, if I go all the way down to overall, well, actually, Druid, right? Well, I mean, Druid, same situation. Funny thing is, if I had started Druid, I probably could have caught up to the #1 spot, even if the highest level Druid was still #1 at the time. The highest level Druid, like on Friday when I played, would have been #1, but I could have caught up on Saturday if I played a whole bunch as a Druid. But as a Paladin, no way. Like already on day 2, it was like level 87s, which there's no way I could. Okay, here, like I'll talk. Well, yeah, there's no way I can catch up to like level 87 when there's no public like there's no public games. There's no way for me to ever set the player count to anything higher than 1. Because, like, on the first, like, 2 days of the ladder, because, you know, I'm like, so far, I make it to Hell Bale, and then it's like, there's literally 0 other games. I checked, at first I thought it was a region thing, I thought everyone went to bed in NA, so I was like, okay, I'll check Europe. I checked Europe, and there were no games there either, like, this was after the stream was over. I'm like, okay, well, what about Asia? I checked Asia, there was, like, 1 game in Asia. I tried to join it, and the guy just left immediately after I got in, so... Okay, hold that thought, Conical. I will answer. It's a good question. I will answer it in a second. So then, if we take a look now at the overall, like, yeah, like look at this, right? Like all these guys are coming out of nowhere. This guy, Trifinger, I mean, that very interesting name. This dude was was there on day 1, and I'm like, all right, fair enough. But like all these paladins emerged out of nowhere, and look at these names, guys, like. FPPTQ, ZOJPQQ, FPPT, or sorry, TTTNT, SWS, ZSQ. And then if you look at the account names that they're associated with, right? Like, these are, like, as far as I can tell, these are probably randomly generated account names, too. And I could find more examples of this. BYH6S, like, I'm not even gonna, like, what are these? Right? And they're all roughly the same level too, eh? And you can go like page upon page of this. Page upon page. Like there weren't even this many players on day 1, and then now there's hundreds of them out of nowhere. Look at this shit. So now I'm ranked 272. Keep in mind I was ranked like 13 on the first day, and I stopped for a day or two, and then all of a sudden, even though there's 0 games in Hell mode, there's 0 games in Hell mode. There's magically like 250 more paladins who've beaten me than there was on the first day. But all these players apparently are playing in private games, huh? I wonder what's going on here. Same thing with the overall ladder too, eh? By Monero. Monero.forum, I presume, is some sort of, you know, it's probably some RWT, like, website or organization or something, or company, I don't fucking know. And then you got like sorks upon sorks of people who are like look at this shit. What is this even? Like all these sorks are all roughly the same exact amount of XP. That's just not possible, man. I'm sorry, unless they're all grinding together. You see what I'm saying? Right? So, yeah. You guys can tell me if you think my conclusion is incorrect and I'm just being a sore loser. But I think, even though this isn't objective hard evidence that people are botting, I think it's fair to say that's good enough soft evidence that they are botting, alright? Cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's with regards to D2R. In case anyone's wondering, like, I had some people ask me, like, oh, are you going to be continuing with D2R? I think it was Boomy who asked on Global Chat channel on Slashdiablo. I was like, no. And there are a couple of reasons for it. First being that, you know, like, the whole point of Reset Walk in the first place was just to make it to Hell Bale and show you guys that grind, and I did that. It was good content, and I had a lot of fun, right? That was the initial point. Secondary to that, I was, like, tempted to grind to #1. Well, I obviously can't do that when I'm, like, at this point with relative to all the people who are taking the in quotes people. I don't want to say characters are taking the #1 spot. So that's 2. And third, like, well, yeah, I mean, I want to get back to Slashdiablo gaming. It was really just a one night thing. Okay, one night stand with the Hammered In. All right, and I had a lot of fun. I got a chance to show what like leveling super quickly is like, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right. Now, I can actually answer you in detail, Conical. Conical asks, why are people not playing Reign of the Warlock, do you think? Okay, that's an excellent question. You said, I'm asking you because you're also playing LOD. The stacking stash alone is worth it. Alright. For starters, some of us don't want to pay, like, what is it, 40 bucks for Reign of the Warlock, yeah? When I say some of us, I shouldn't say some of us, but some of, like, because I actually got it. That didn't deter me. But, like, yeah. Maybe some people don't want to spend the 40 bucks to get an expansion for a game that they already, paid for twice, right? Once when they got the game originally back in, like, 2005, and once now. And you might disagree with that, but that is the reasoning that at least one or two people have given me, right? They don't want to get, like, full price games. So that's one of them. Another one is yeah, they are... I think that's the main one, honestly. I think that's really what it comes down to. Like, you gotta pay, like, what, an additional 40 bucks to get an expansion on a game that you are already, like, paying full price for. I really think that's the biggest reason. I know it's not that bad. For you, perhaps. But, again, like, you shouldn't be arguing that to me. I don't... You say, like, when you say it's not that bad, you think it's not that bad. There's other people who do think it's that bad, or else they clearly would have already gotten Reign of the Warlock expansion, So that's one reason. It went on sale already. Okay, sure. 40, it's like 20 to 25, you already have D2R. You guys name whatever price you want, okay? Hey, don't shoot the messenger, don't argue this with me. You ask me a question, I'm giving you the answer from what I've seen from other people. Some people don't want to spend extra money to get it, either because they don't think it's worth it, or because they don't... I've also heard of, some people who don't want to support Blizzard's practices of, like, oh, wow, they're actually, charging, like, full price for expansion on top, like, it's such a money grab, blah, blah, blah. And you guys are going to come up to me and be like, what, this is nonsense, because, like, like, supporting, you can use whatever reasoning you want, okay? But these are the reasons I've heard. My reason is a lot simpler and a little bit different from why other people opt to not get Reign of the Warlock. In my case, I have Reign of the Warlock, but I think it's too... I don't know about the situation now, but I think it's too imbalanced with... Or Warlock was really imba when it first came out, and it dominated all the other classes in every part, like every piece of content in the game imaginable, right? So it was really only Warlock only on launch, which was fucking... Like, there was no enjoyment in playing that, for starters, right? And also, when I played, like, I didn't want to take, like, I have no interest in Reign of the Warlock, truthfully. I have no interest in new content. The stackable runes and whatever was quite handy, I will admit this. But at the end of the day, I'm here as, like, a long-time LOD fanatic, right? Yeah, Slashdiablo has Plague Runeword, has SOJ, has Map Pack, but fundamentally the game is... by and large, 99.99%, how it was in 2005, right? Reign of the Warlock adds new rune words, changes a whole bunch of shit, yada yada. So, it is what it is, right? Plus, LOD, sorry, in D2R, they do indeed have new rune words in LOD, but, like, it's like, okay, well, take it or leave it, essentially, so... So there you guys go. You can accept or reject that explanation as much as you'd like. You want to sit here and argue it, then go ahead. But, I said what I said. I have my reasons. If you want to argue my reasons with me, hey, all the power to you. If you want to argue other people's reasons, I frankly am not interested because I don't actually agree with them either, but that's their reasons for not getting the game. So you can say what you want about that. West wrote, it's 40 bucks for the Infernal Edition, aka D2R and ROTW. Okay, cool. Good for you, I guess. I will accept and not argue my reason. Okay, well, that's fair then. Okay. I think that my reason is perfectly reasonable. Like, I prefer playing LOD, so I'm going to play LOD over all the new content that they added. I'm not looking for new content. I never have. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be on Slash in the first place. I'd be on POD or POD2, right? But yeah, the other reasons that other people give, you can mull over that if you'd like. But yeah, all I can say is that I play on LOD, other people play on LOD, but the reason I play on LOD is largely different from why other people don't play on, or why other people play on LOD. I think it's usually more of like a price tag thing, or like I don't want to. Well, yeah, it's mostly a price tag thing. I just, generally speaking, I don't think that other people are in the same boat as me, where it's like, oh, I don't want to play with Warlock or new content, that kind of stuff. Westroad, I mean, yeah, it was a dick move. Okay, it's funny you say that because there are. Is it Conical that disagreed with that before? I know there was at least one person that like was like, oh, well, actually, I sort of agree with, like, people should not expect that they're gonna release D2R like Reign of the Warlock for free, right? Because it actually takes time. Uh, you know, you can't just expect that they're going to put resources into developing more like new content for the game without charging anything for it, right? Because they're a company at the end of the day. And this, honestly, I hate to say it, but I actually agree with that too, right? Like, Reign of the Warlock is great that it came out, and honestly, I don't actually blame them for putting some price tag on it. Now, the price tag they put is a completely separate discussion. Like, okay, if they're charging $100 for it, that's a little bit absurd, right? But on the flip side, like, obviously, it would be a little bit ridiculous to expect that they were gonna, sink like probably 1,000 or, well, however much money. I don't know how much went into development, but let's say like hundreds, thousands, or even thousands of hours of development, and then expect to get not paid for it whatsoever as a company. Like, okay, that's a bit much. So that you know that I mean, I see it from both sides. I also don't agree with all of Blizzard's practices either. So it's a very nuanced sort of discussion in my eyes. But yeah, that's a situation. Westroad, I will say that Warlock shouldn't have been the 20-25 bucks. It should have been free, or $5 to $10 like Necro for D3. I mean, somebody could argue that maybe it's like an inflation thing, right? When D3 Necro came out, that was like 2014, and you know, like I said, inflation is a thing. So yeah, $20 now might have been $10 back then or some shit. I don't fucking know. Westroad, Necro update to D3 adds more than ROTW adds to D2. I mean, I totally believe that. Yeah. I mean, even Reaper's Souls, yeah, Reaper's Souls, when that came out, that was a true, like, game changer for sure. Reign of the Warlock really doesn't change much about the OG game, but to be fair, not everybody wants to have, like, the game overhauled either. They want to add, like, people want to see new content, but you don't want it to go overboard, otherwise you end up with, like, Median XL, right? Anyway, okay, so now that we gotten that discussion out of the way, I want to show you guys my Druid in its current state. ROS is closer to LOD. Yes, right, that makes sense. Like, I remember when LOD got released, it completely overhauled the entire game, right? So, yeah, it makes sense. It's Act 5 and a new class. Right. Actually, that's very true. That is very much in line with LOD. It didn't add two classes, it added one, but still, new class is a new class. While I yap about my build in its current state, West, I made you a promise, I believe. I said that I was going to consider leveling with you. Do you still want to do that, or are you, um, what are you up to right now? Are you on Slash? Are you playing D2R? Are you getting ready to go to bed? If you're going to bed, then I'm just gonna grind Trav tonight. If you want to level your guy together, I can do that with you. You tell me what you're up to, because I told you I was going to level a character, and I also wanted to show people how to level with a Sork too. That was the other thing. So two birds with one stone. I might grind out a Sork or something to think about that. Okay, great. Alternatively, I could just play your Sork for you so that you can just level both simultaneously. To think about that. Was planning on making food at the moment. Okay. Yeah. Planning on making food at the moment. Alright, sure. I can get some Trav runs in then. Full disclosure, if you want to do some runs for some time, that's right. Okay, cool. Sounds good. That's the plan then. I'm going to do some runs until you're ready, and then we'll level together for a little bit. I woke up like 2 hours ago. Okay, I'm sorry to say, I do have plans in the evening, today as well. As it turns out, I can only play for about 2, maybe 2 hours. So, yeah, no rush. We can still get your guy to like level 25 at a minimum, easily. But I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Yeah. West, one other thing, I forgot to mention. Uh, do you want me to just play your sword for you? Well, then do your thing. I'm not that serious about that game. Okay, sure, fine. Fair enough. Cool. Go make your food, and I can start talking about my character. I was excited for this. All right, folks. So this is my summoning druid. I can finally go over my well, my Slashdiablo gameplay for the day. I was like excited for this. I've been excited ever since D2R. I grinded like 10 hours on D2R that could have been spent on Slash, but you know I had fun on D2R, so it's totally worth it. All right, stats and skills. I have enough points into my stats that I can wear my high strength requirement item. That being Spirit Monarch. Oh, well, actually, in this case, it's Gavel of Pain. There you go. Enough points in Dex to wear my highest Dex requirement item, which was Lacerator, when it comes time to use that. Dump the rest of my points into Vitality, and then no points into Energy. Let's see. And then no points in the Elemental skill tree. No points into... sorry, 1 point into each of the skills in shapeshifting leading up until hunger, so that I can get werebear and lycanthropy. Lycanthropy gives me more life and duration on my werebear form, and werebear also gives me some life. And then of course I dumped enough points into shockwave to get 10 or greater second stun length duration. That's the maximum. And then in my summoning skill tree, I have 1 point Poison Creeper, Carrion Vine, Solar Creeper. Carrion Vine and Solar Creeper are great for sustain and eat corpses. Poison Creeper can stop regen whenever I use each of those vines. 1 point Raven, 1 point Spirit Wolf, and then I max out Dire Wolf and Summon Grizzly because Summon Grizzly... Dire Wolves gives a life and is a good alternative summon. Summon Grizzly is, well... my main summon, and he adds plus percent damage. And then max out Oak Sage and Heart of Wolverine. I use Oak Sage while I'm teleporting so I don't die. I use Heart of Wolverine when I'm in combat so that I can actually do a lot more damage. And 1 point Spirit of Barbs for utility. So there you go. Okay, that's for stats and skills. Merc is using Obedience and Inez Cryptic Axe for a crap ton of damage, and he's Visage for IAS, and it's got a Ral rune in it to counteract the minus 30% fire res. And then of course I have G-Bane with an IAS jewel in it for attack speed, and then also it comes with DR, MDR, and cannot be frozen. On my own character, I am currently, I swapped out my Lacerator and Spirit Shield because I found a Gavel of Pain on run 77, and I find that the runs are actually a lot smoother. At least the Trav run part. It is a little bit clunky to have to run all the way to, what's his name? Halbu, but it gets the job done. No, this is not Act 2 Quest Staff. This is Nagistaff. It looks the same. It's like the same graphic, but... it is indeed a Nagistaff, Telestaff, with 69 nice charges on Switch. So, main hand for Amp, on Switch for Summoning Bear and for Teleport charges. That's my standard setup for running Trav as quickly as I can manage it. And then, of course, on my character itself, I'm using Delirium Helm for a grand total of +5 to Grizzly. Along with a bit of MF, Gold Fine, a bunch of other modifiers. I have Skin of the Viper Magi with an rune on it for a ton of all resistances and MDR, and faster cast rate and all skills, why not? I have Saurus's Belt and Boots, so I can get a crap ton of attack rating from the boots. My gloves are Chanseys for 200% Gold Find and 28 MF. Dwarf Star, 13 MDR and 100 Gold Find. Ravenfrost for Cannot Be Frozen. Maras for 30 all res and 2 to all skills. And my inventory is 2014 D-Torch, 1713 9 Annihilus. 39 MF Geeds with 14 vendor price reduction. 20 Summoning Skillers with 27 life, 8 life, and 4 strength. 4 MF, 9 fire res, small charm, 4 MF, 23 attack rating, small charm, 4 all res, and 5 all res, small charms. Okay, there you go. So that's my setup right now. And yeah, I'm gonna get started on my runs. This is my warm-up run, just to kind of show you what the run looks like. Again, I'm trying to do 1000 Travs to try to like. Oh wait, no, I keep forgetting I'm not supposed to switch into bear form anymore. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on a second. Okay. and then there we go. Run's done. Nice and easy. Good. Hey, what's up, Coaster? Good to see you. Okay, taking a step back, West earlier wrote, just do your thing, I'm not that serious about the game. Conical wrote, not serious about that game. We're talking about Diablo 2, one of, if not the best game in the industry. Ahaha. And then West's reply was Conical, sorry. Well, I mean, yeah, West can take the game as seriously or unseriously as he wants, and you know, he's just here to hang out and chill and have a good time, and I completely respect that. West wrote, I will gladly take any Warcry skillers with gold find. Yeah, you would. Okay, so not gonna lie, I don't have any. Well, I had Warcry skillers before, but I don't have them anymore. The reason I don't have them anymore is because those are actually pretty sought after, because on Slashdiablo, a lot of people like to make BO barbs, so they prioritize getting Warcry skillers as well. Actually, Warcry skillers are among some of the most expensive skillers on the server, because people will offer like ist per at them sometimes, since like legit, not everybody's gonna make like a cold sort, right? But everybody will want a BO barb pretty much. Or at least the rich people would. Most of the rich people, I would say, or the richer players. Well, I say that, but a Vayne would be a prime counterexample, funny enough. Alright, I totally forgot that I need to mule my shit off before I do my runs. I actually have, I have like a whole bunch of, okay, so you guys can take a look. Like, I realize that there's actually no one who is buying my crafting packs at the moment. Oh yeah, I found this bad boy. I'm gonna show you guys that in a second, but I made a whole bunch of crafted amulets. I'm like the right level for it too. I hit, oh right, this was supposed to be for I think it was Zivko. Yeah, I think Zivko might need that. Yeah, like I had like a whole bunch of crafts. Like I'm the right level for it. I just hit level 93, so I'm actually the perfect level to go crafting, and I realized that that no one's buying my crafting packs, and I have some left over, so I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just have someone do some crafting on my own. So I made a whole bunch of crafts, and they were all dog shit. So yeah, that was good. How are you doing, Co? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a great day, and hope you enjoy today's stream. Okay, Temp XI. Yes, this guy also has this Zakarum shield. I think I can join on in. Coaster, I'm guessing you're still playing on ROTW ladder right now, right? Yeah, just a random question. Okay, DR. Okay, I think it's safe to say I'll never be using this again, so I can get rid of that. This fire res ring probably is supposed to belong on my other character. My Sork. Not my Sork, my Druid here. Okay, yeah. Okay, 3 rings, I can kind of cube this up. 1 to fire skills, cool. Oh, yeah, right, I have like a bunch of... Oh, yeah! I actually had a pretty good FCR ring. Totally forgot about that one, eh? Oh! Yeah, I actually got some pretty decent, like, some pretty interesting finds last night, just in general. I think, oh yeah, I rolled some rings. Okay, alright. Yeah, I mean, I played like a little bit last night to craft and all that, and then, well, I did indeed get, as I mentioned before, you know, all those crafts that were garbage. And then I also found this, 2+2 Druid Skills Amulet, while I was gambling, and I found this, I'll show that one last. I think I found this on stream, actually. I found this, that maybe Zivko might be interested in, 2 to Assassin Skills, Cold Res, FCR, and 17MF. And then I also had this bad boy here too, 3 Fire Skills, and 1 to Teleport. Most Troll +3 Amulet I think I've ever gotten. If it was like +3 Summoning Skills with Teleport charges, oh man, that's actually GG, you know? Yeah, that would have been fucking insane, but, you know, I guess that's a bit too much to ask for. Or if I got like a Coronet with plus Druid skills and Teleport charges, that also would have been nice, but alas, no luck. Okay, anyway, so put this on temp mule. Alright, let's see, what else can I... Oh yeah, set mule. Oh, shit, game crashed. Okay. Bunch of magic items and whatnot. Where the hell's my runes mule? Oh, circlets mule. Oh. Give me a sec. Where the hell is my circlets mule? I got a bunch of circlets. Well, I have this one circlet. Death Visage. It's a cool name, but nothing. Oh! Right! Sir MF. ISO Sir MF. Ah ha ha ha. I totally forgot about this. ISO Sir MF. Yes, I completely forgot about this. Okay. Because I actually found, like, he was looking for 3 lightning skills, teleport, or, sorry, he was looking for 3 lightning skills coronets, so I found this, or I gambled this a while ago, I think on stream even, and then I found this for Zivko. Zivko's playing Assassin, right? I found, like, a teleport circlet for a vein that had, resistances on it too, but, like, ah, damn, yo, this is gonna be kind of crazy. Back, I got my dinner and I'm happy, well, at least I can pretend to be, wow, okay. So... oh, that's dark, sort of. It's fine. I respect it. I'd say the same. Okay. Anyway, oh yeah, due to like, again, I got these 2 crafts. I might actually put them on my wealth mule because those are actually pretty interesting. Okay. So rune mule. Okay. Wait, this is the rune mule. It's a gem mule that I need. And I also need powered coronet of the Lamprey. Did I not? I guess I didn't make room for that. Rune mule. Okay. Getting my mules mixed up. All right. There we go. Yeah, Zivko will be pleased when he comes on. Also, ISO Zivko, I got some cool items for him. Yeah. Two to druid skills, fire res. I mean, that's actually kind of interesting, but I think I would take 3 Ellie over that. Well, let me just double check that one more time. Yeah, fire res 10. Nah, it's like they got like a bunch of +3 Ellie amulets, I think. So no need for that. All right. Let me bring out my wealth mule for these items. I think the main issue I'm having right now is I don't know which, like these remaining items, I don't know which mules these belong on, but I think wealth mule will be fine here. Flawless gems. Flawless, flawless, normal. Alright. Okay, 3 fire skills with teleport charges. Now, again, that's kind of a funny find, but I think I should toss that on my Magic's Mule still. Got no use for that at the moment. Oh, what the hell? I'm like maxed out on this guy already. 3 fire skills. I already have like a couple 3 fire skills on him. As it is. Magic G. There it is. Cool. Okay, I should have done this off stream, but I completely forgot that my character's full up. I was like in a rush to get the stream started and all that, so that was good. I'll hold on to this because I have a use for this. I'm gonna toss it to my other character later, I guess. Yeah. Alright, cool. I'm gonna keep going. D102 next. Yes, my character is pretty much ready to go. I've kind of emptied it out. Heart of Wolverine. Let's go, Trav. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, there you go. I'm good. Okay, now I can go into Werebear form and stun lock him. Okay, there we go. Boom! 25 seconds on that run. Yep. And then I can even, just for good measure, take all these items. And I can actually just sell them, can't I? This is actually perfect. So I can go like this, talk to Kane, stash. And I'm like also close to full up on gold. I'm gonna need to mule that all off in a sec, but 1, 2, 3, and then sell. Boom! Recharge my staff, or my hammer. Huh? Why does it do that? It's like, oh, yeah. It like sometimes unbinds itself, but other times it doesn't. When I was doing it last time, it was totally okay, but this time it actually keeps unbinding itself. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Okay. I only got 3 casts. I thought that the third one is no reg, but it's not. It actually does go through, I realized at some point. Okay. Stone Skin Aura Enchanted. Wow, of course. That's great, dude. You for real right now? Come on, there you go, finally. Yeah, just an unfortunate run. Like, this is like the worst case scenario where they're like so split. Okay. Small charm. I think this is fine for now. Can take this and ID and sell. Maybe it's to do the trade window, because I end my run on... Oh, wow. Yeah, I end my run on the trade window there, but if I hang around outside of the trade window, it might be okay. Maybe that's what's causing it, actually. Need to give it a little bit of time. Here, let's find out if that's actually the problem. I will do this in a sec, or I will check in a second, but first, I just need to offshore all this gold. This is perfect timing for it, because I just maxed out. 888, 888. Then my characters are... Oh. Okay, fine. Yeah, got like... such an absurd amount of gold lying around. I don't think I'll be able to use all of it at this rate. Okay, this is fine. I'm gonna drop it all, stash all of it, and then drop the rest, the remainder. Okay, wow, that was good. Okay, so as we can see, my, yeah, I have my... Okay, interesting. See, it didn't unbind itself this time. Maybe it has to do with, like, the vendor. If I exit too fast after talking to vendor, maybe that's it. I've been wondering for ages what's causing it. This issue of mine. I think that might be it, actually. There you go. Can use this time to pick shit up. Oh, Heart of Wolverine's not up. No wonder this run's taking so long. Oh, there you go. There's the Might Aura too. Okay. I was like, I gotta pay more attention to that. I'm like, okay, if they're dying in like 2 hits rather than just 1 hit, then yeah, probably something to do with that. Claws, level 3, huh? Why don't I have this filtered out? Claws should be filtered. Cruel. I don't even know if I should be picking all this garbage up. Maybe it actually would just be better for me to... Oh, then I'm basically holding all this gold. To think about that one. Need to figure out how to optimize these runs, because otherwise I have to keep going back to stash. Or maybe I just like hold on to all the gold, and then if I die, I die. That might be the way to go, actually. Otherwise I have to keep running back to my stash. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, close enough. Okay, this one I will do it like that. Battle Staff and Claws. You know what? I think that low-level Claws aren't worth it for me to pick up. Alright. I don't know if they can even roll with, like, Lightning Sentry. I don't think they can. That's one of the reasons I removed some of the Claws to begin with. Hey, Angelic. Okay, so now I will hop out. I just got out of the trade screen, right? Or the vendor screen. So it's still fine. It's interesting to note. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, hold on. Fuck. It's conviction, of course. Actually, you know the best part about this run is that I think the conviction guy was the first one to die. I think my bear immediately killed him, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, there's still conviction, or amped too. Yeah, I can actually complete this run then, in the end. If my merc stops being a moron. Jawbone Visor and Tiara. There we go. Done. Huh? What? They're still not... Oh, whatever. Okay, cool. That was like a minute, but... got the job done. I also need to be careful where I put my Heart of Wolverine, too. Because he'll just get munched by Hydras if I don't pay attention. It's got dual res, but not useful outside of that. Okay. Oh shit, I'm not in bear form. I was trying to get into bear form, it didn't let me. Are there any of these guys that are not amped? I don't think there are. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Or I can just teleport out. That works too. There you go. 38 seconds on this run. Yeah. Starting to get the hang of it. But I gotta pay more attention to picking up the gold during the run. That's the difference in how the runs were before versus now. Oh, wow! 1 Necro skill levels, 10 FCR? Wow. Wasn't that something? And then, of course, there's attract charges on there, because why not? Again, troll-ass amulets, man. Would be nice to find ones that have, like, oh, I don't know, tele charges. 2 druid skills with tele charges or something of that nature. Would be pretty freaking insane. But good luck with that, you know. Good deep rolling coronets. Just a shame that it gets obsoleted by the time I get Enigma, but still. Cool finds while I have them. Okay. Okay. Oh, if he hits me, he can actually terror himself. Ooh, Trang gloves, nice. Alright, now that is a drop that is worth charting down. I'll make a note of that one in a sec. Alright, wonderful. I just wish I had find item. That would have rounded out this build perfectly. Okay, Trang gloves on run number 108. Kicking things off strong here. And Trang gloves 108. Nice. Hey, Marahome, what's up, man? You wrote hello, all done with D2R reset? Yes, yeah, I was like a little bit on the fence about it before. Like, for sure I was gonna play just on reset night, but then, yeah, like, I kind of went over it at the start of the stream. I think at this point, I did what I wanted to do, and I took a look at the, ladder, on D2R, and I think it's mostly bots now. Yeah. I gave my explanation and then kind of showed people what the leaderboard. Shocking, I know, right? Yeah. The leaderboard on D2R now is like all bots. It's pretty nutty. So you can, if you're at all curious, you can actually look at the start of the stream where I kind of like actually showed it, and then you can judge for yourself whether or not I'm making shit up or if it is indeed all bots. Because that was something. But I mean, that's to be expected. But, you know, again, like, reset night is fun because indeed I can, like, comfortably compete with, well, play alongside other legit players. But now the ladder I look at and I'm like, okay, well, haha. And there's still no, like, public games really either. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that. Like, I'll you know, complain more about that later, but I don't want to leave West hanging here. So West asked a good question. Why do you run Trav compared to other stuff? More elites and better monster level? No, it's actually neither of those reasons. Ironically, Trav has lower monster level than a lot of other places that people farm, and it has fewer elites, because you see that these guys are indeed elite monsters, but they have, like, special drop. You're not going to be finding, like, really endgame items here, like things like Griffin's Eye, that is like a highly sought after unique, or like a Tyrael's Might that's like super rare. Like, these guys can't drop it. No, the reason why I farm council members is because they have the best, of all like regular monsters in the game, they have the best chance at dropping high runes of any monsters in the game. Even more so, like even better chances than ghosts. Yeah, because, you know, ghosts traditionally are seen to have, like, much higher drop odds for runes than a regular monster, but, Council... Yeah, well, Council has, like... Every Council member that dies drops 3 items. I can actually prove this to you in a second, too, in fact, if you don't believe me, but... Yeah, like, every monster in the game... Like, every normal monster in the game can drop a maximum of 2, or a maximum of 1 item at the most, but these guys drop 3. Okay, yes, it's specifically for rune farming. They have the highest chance to drop runes, and they also drop multiple items each when they die. Like, 3 items each, basically. Which is... Oh, shit, whoops. Which is more than anybody else. And they are super uniques, too. Well, hold on that. There are indeed 3 super uniques here, but not every council member counts as a super unique. Also, the super unique council members themselves also drop like, I think they also drop, like, council members, like the regular council members. I'm not sure about that one, actually. Sticky keys, yeah, I know. Kind of annoyed they can't disable it. Anyway, yeah, because you get 3 high-level champion packs that are easy to access as a melee fighter. That's actually a really good thing to point out, too. It is also very easy for me to access, and here's the other thing, too. If I were playing a Sork, or sorry, let's say a Necro. If I were playing a Necro, I would want to farm somewhere with, like, high mob density. Something like cows, or... Well, let's just say cows, right? I would want to farm, like, cows. Or if I were playing, like a Sork, I could actually do a Chaos Seal Glitch really well. If I wanted to get runes. But in the case of my Summoning Druid does not have good AoE clear. It has good single target damage, so I should focus on trying to farm locations where the monsters that I'm farming either drop more items or better items, right? So that's why I'm here in Trav. A lot of builds will struggle with Trav because they don't have the right type of damage or they don't have enough damage. But I have the damage. Yeah, I just don't have AoE, and I don't really need AoE here. Because there's only 11 council members I need to clear. So you got the idea, though. Super Uniques, as Ko said, they actually give decent XP up until a certain point, too. Because of that. But there's like a number of reasons. I guess the number one reason is runes. And the number of drops they give. Those are the main ones. But, you know, there's also other things that I mentioned, too. There's like the strategic aspect of like, yeah, like a melee build can handle this a lot better, and you know, they can reach it more easily than other locations too. So yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, yeah, Marahome, if you're still around, to answer your question, or to like reiterate, you know, with regards to D2R, I only really wanted to play on, what the, it freaking unbound itself again. Yeah, like I only really wanted to play on reset anyway, and you know, feel amazing that I'm like higher level or over leveled compared to everybody else. But now that that's done, I'm back to my Slashdiablo grind. Hey, TW Fed, what's up, man? Yo, Skulder's gang, say no to Viper. Oh, actually, it's funny that you say that. I'm actually kind of looking for a Viper right now. Funny enough, I was gonna try to run it on like a side character of mine. Or, actually, no, sorry, not a side character of mine, but I was gonna... there was somebody else looking for it, so I was gonna give it to them. If I can get one. Hope you're doing well, mate. I lurk here and there, too, sometimes. That's awesome, dude, thanks. I appreciate that, man. I'm actually doing pretty well, thanks for that. Yeah, this is garbage. Yeah, no, I'm actually doing pretty well. In terms of, like, this season, I've been really liking the Summoning Druid. I mean, if you've been lurking, you kind of know what I've been up to. It is, like, this is actually one of the most fun characters that I've ever put together. In its playstyle, in its uniqueness as in, like, it's, like, very off-meta. Not just off-meta, but there are already plenty of people who do Summoning Druids on Slash, if they're trying to do, like, AFK Bale setup, right? But in my case, this is, I have a special variation of it. Well, I have a few, like, tweaks to it that other people wouldn't ever do on their characters, right? Because usually when they're doing an AFK Bale setup, for example, they might want to just run Reaper's Toll so that it's like fully autonomous, like their merc can just decrep stuff and like kill everything entirely on their own. But in my case, like I'm actively playing the character, so I can actually, instead of running Reaper's Toll for Decrepify, I can myself use like Amplify Damage, and by using Amplify Damage, I get more damage than I would if I were to like go at it with Reaper's Toll. But I have to control that amp myself, or I have to apply it myself in some way. And another variation too is that I'm going to be running Faith Runeward on this guy. A lot of people like to run. A lot of people prefer using Beast, but I don't see why I should run Beast when Faith gives a lot better bonuses for my overall damage output. So, yeah, there's like a lot of stuff here. It's, oh no. He's got fucking Conviction. Okay, there. Rare boots. Okay, nice. Rare ring. Shaco. Yeah, I hope you're doing well too, by the way, TW Fed. Yeah, how have you been? Hope that everything's okay and that, you know, you're lurking because you just enjoy having me in the background, not because you're, like, too busy taking care of other stuff that is, like, on fire or something, yeah. Eth Skulders upped is where it's at, Juice. Yeah, sure. Let me just, find an Eth Skulders, you know. I mean, I found a Skulders this season. I don't think I found an Eth Skulders, though. That's kind of crazy. Okay, here we go. Uh-huh. Okay. Just gonna keep stun locking them to get this guy out in the corner. There we go. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna start picking shit up while they go and kill the remaining council members. Okay, see, run's already done. Oh, there's actually 2 piles of gold, but yeah, see. I can kind of do it like, concurrently, I guess. Yeah, I can, like, do the run, with my summons while I'm, like, actively picking up gold this way. That way I don't have to keep stun locking them with Shockwave and, yeah, I don't have to keep stunning them with Shockwave and, you know, for trying to apply my amp damage off Lacerator, and then sometimes my summons are waiting for me too, but this way it's instant, so my runs are actually significantly faster than what they were before, even if the maintenance is a little bit more troublesome on it. Yeah. There we go. Set Amulet. I'm good, just didn't have much time, but I stopped by to see what you're up to. Well, I appreciate that, TW Fed, thanks. Yeah. Like I said, so, I mean, actually, you know what? You said you stopped by from time to time. Have you, seen my, like, how much of this current season of what I'm doing do you know about? I can kind of give you a little bit of a world tour of how the character works if you would all care for that. But yeah, summoning Druid, man, it is, like, because every season I'm, like, doing some weird, goofy-ass shit, right? Now, so this is my build for the season, and you might think, summoning Druid, well, you know, I always thought that summoning Druid was a meme, and it is a meme. I think Druid in general is a meme, but this particular Druid actually kicks ass. Like, it is much stronger than I feel like a lot of people, myself included, would have ever expected it to be. And that's just because there's so many. It has a lot of really cool advantages about it that you can, like, really abuse to actually make it like a really good farmer in hell, as long as you know. Well, yeah, as long as you kind of know what you're doing and how the build works and all that. There we go. I just got 3 charges of, oh, hold on a second. There you go. Got a tiara out of that, too. Nope, garbage. Alright. I feel like I've seen this build before somewhere else, but you may have some niche thing going on. Okay, so that's a good comment to make. So the thing, fuck, it's a 320. It's a 320 Tiara, guys. It's 3PNV 20 energy. I gotta post this on /subreddit. Okay, hold on a second. I'm posting this on /subreddit. Or / Discord. 3PNV20. It looks someone's gonna want it. I wonder about that. I think that the few PNV, or like the actual, you know, Necros on this season have already gotten the 3 PNVs that they need. Fuck, man. 3 PNV20 SCR. How hard is that? How hard is that for them to give me? That's pretty funny. Anyway, sorry TW Fed. Going back to what you were saying, Bear Stun and Summons. You're right. You're right. It is indeed Bear Stun and Summons. I guess I already did demo this for you last season, so I guess it's not really anything new. The main reason why, like, I guess the main difference this season is that I actually started as the Summoning Druid, first of all. You know, like last season, my main build was the Sork, right? But this was actually supposed to be kind of like my off-stream sort of farmer. Like I was trying to farm with this guy like on my own time, and just as a chill character, and not like if I didn't want to like make progress. If I wanted to like farm, but I didn't want to like stream, then this was supposed to be the character for it. I did demo it just for fun to show you guys kind of the progress on it, but I didn't actually end up starting as that character. So that's one of the key differences. The other key difference is that for this particular season, I intend to bring this guy to its absolute end game potential. End game potential as in, well, I mean, maybe like minus summoning skill lifers, but like I intend to try and get the end game rune words that this build needs. Enigma obviously is one of them, but another one that I'm going to be looking for is the rune word called Faith. Last season I was just using all the budget stuff for this guy, but yeah, now I need, I need Faith, and I need, there's another item that I'm going to be looking for, but I should have amped them, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I didn't even have the Heart of Wolverine up, lol, no wonder. I didn't even have Might up, crazy. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, last season I did not have Enigma, I did not have Faith, and there's like one other rune word that I think would be really fun to run with this guy. That's pretty crazy. We still using the Hasaurus' combo? I still remember that. Oh yeah, dude. That was honestly a freaking what's the word for it? That was a huge game changer when I discovered that, because that actually frees up rings and amulets for me to run whatever I want, right? I can run Dwarf Star and Maras, so I'm basically immortal and I get plus skills. Because previously it was Angelic Rings and Amulets, but then I lose out my amulet slot, where I was like hoping to get like +3 summoning skills amulet, or +2 all skills from Maras, of course. That kind of stuff. And same with the rings. Like here I can actually put Ravenfrost Cannot Be Frozen, right? Otherwise I'd be looking for like Trang Belt for Cannot Be Frozen or something like that. So, yeah, it's a lot of good learnings, a lot of good options, or it frees up a lot of it frees up a lot of slots. The one thing, like, I just wish that I could do Hasaurus' belt and gloves. That would make it perfect, because gloves and boots are the only two slots that can't give like plus skills, generally speaking. And yeah, like on my belt, I'd rather have like Arachnids there, my 2 rings SOJs, and then my amulet like +3 summoning skills, let's say, right? And then I could get attack rating on boots and belt. That would be the very ideal sort of situation, but that's just not how the game works, obviously. So yeah. TW Fed wrote, feels weird that stun uses AR. Huh? No. No, it doesn't. Does it? Shockwave is a spell. It doesn't use attack rating. The reason I need attack rating is because of when I use Maul, I want to, like, okay, so I have Gavel of Pain at the moment for amp damage, but when I use Lacerator, I would want, well, I need attack rating for Lacerator because I actually hit shit with it. So Shockwave, on the other hand, does not use AR. It is, it, like, works, it's supposed to work 100% of the time. I think that if a monster doesn't get hit by it, it's either desync, or it's either because of desync or because of the weird way Shockwave is. Shockwave is a projectile, okay? Like, it launches 5 projectiles. That's how it actually works. It's kind of like, what's that skill called? Multi-shot, yeah. Picture multi-shot. Yeah, think multi-shot, and that's how it works. I assumed wrongly, then I was like, why he needs AR. No. It's not Shockwave that is causing me to roll for AR. It's actually Lacerator. I just don't have Lacerator right now. But I use Lacerator if I'm doing bail runs, because, for Trav, right, I'm only killing 11 monsters, so actually having 3 charges of amp is more than enough. But if I'm in Throne Room, for example, well, I can't I can't amp everything. Like, I can amp everything and then go back to town, and then, like, you know, like, I could go talk to Halbu, recharge it, come back, and then amp them again, right? But that is impractical. That seems a little bit impractical. But for Trav, it's actually okay. Because I only have to do it once, and then I have to come back here to recharge my shit anyway, right? Like, I have to, recharge my, or I have to, like, I have to sell items here and there anyway, so yeah, that's why I'm like, well, this is probably better than running Lacerator. Have I tried Fireclaw yet? You mean just in general? I have in the past. Yeah, there was a season. Hold on a second. Yeah, there you go. There was a season in the past where my main build was Fireclaw's Druid. I ran Mausoleum 1,000 times that season. I don't know if you were around for that way back then. That was, I think, like my 9th season on Slash, so that was maybe about like 7 or 8 years ago. I did such a season where I did Fireclaw. Yes, praise the Raven Lord. Yes, indeed, I did have Raven Lore as one of my items, I believe. But yeah, it must be worst in LOD to find places to farm. I'm not sure I agree about that. I might have agreed with you way back when I played the Fireclaw's Druid, but I'm a lot more knowledgeable about the game now than when I first started, or when I first played that Fireclaw's Druid. And here's the thing, okay? When I first played the Fireclaw's Druid, I used a 6 Shaled Phase Blade. Yeah, I used a 6 Shaled Phase Blade to get 4 FPA on my attack. Now, hypothetically, what if instead of using, you know, a 6 Shaled PB, I used, what if instead of using a 6 Shaled PB, I use, like, I don't know, Grief instead, right? I would hit 6 FPA, but I also get a shit ton of, like, I get 6 frames per attack, which is faster than your average, like, attack, but I also would then have gotten, I would also have the advantage of gaining, like, a crap ton of physical damage on my character, too. So, yeah, I rocked Grief and D2R shit slapped hard. Okay, so there you go, right? So that's one option. Again, like, you do need a low rune for that, but yeah, just that particular season, price was not the issue for me. The sole issue on that season that I played my Fireclaw's Druid was that my goal was to farm Mausoleum 1,000 times. I wanted to farm Mausoleum 1,000 times because by that point I had already done 1,000 Chaos, I did 1,000 AT, I did 1,000 Pits, and then I was like, okay, 1,000 Mausoleum will round it out, right? And then I was going to do other stuff along the way, but then honestly, I got kind of lazy. Kind of want to revive that project, but again, it's kind of like, I'm not exactly, you know, I don't really have the time to do all that anymore, I think, for starters. Anyway, yeah. So, I feel like there are ways to make Fireclaw Druid actually slap pretty hard, because they have access to 2 types of damage, just for starters. I'm like trying to think what other ways you could make Fireclaws pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would just be like targeting like monsters that are not fire immune, or targeting areas where there's like very few fire immunes, or that have breakable fire immunes, right? Like if you look at Pits, for example, I think that with Infinity you should be able to break their fire immunity. If not, then I think Infinity with like a Plague Rune might do it. I don't know. So there might be ways to do it. That's kind of my belief, at least. Not everyone would agree with that, I imagine, but yeah, I mean, that's just one of the things I love about this game. Like, there's always a way. Well, there are ways to make, like, to do the things that you want to do, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here and keep going. Alright. Alright. I don't know why they scatter so far, but... Wow, just keep mono burning me. Yeah, I don't actually even need to shockwave them, do I? Well, I know why I shockwave. Okay, so normally I shockwave them so that I could, so that I can actually hit them with Lacerator more easily without them running away. But I guess I don't need to do that anymore. But it's still nice to shockwave them so that my guys don't like split and go in like different directions to chase after these council members. TW Fed wrote, I know how you feel, but with how much you love the game and shenanigans, oh, I see. We're going to this again, I see. I think you could really enjoy PD2 just for the possibilities. I don't know, I'd like to see your mind explode. I've played PD2 before, though, and to be honest, like, it bores me. I know this might hurt to hear, but, I mean, like you said, you know how I feel, but, like, how do I put this? You know how I feel, and it's like, you know what I'm going to say, right? It's like, well, I mean, PD2 bores me. I mean, it doesn't really blow my mind that there are so many possibilities, because, you know, those possibilities have kind of already been added into the game by the developers, right, of PD2. Like, by design, there's a lot of shit you can do in PD2, and that doesn't really interest me because of it. Like, yeah, you can do whatever and make it work, whereas in D2... well, there are a lot of builds that people would say is like unviable for certain reasons, with pain points that they fixed in PD2, right? Whereas here, I'm like, okay, well, you know, people hate it for a reason, so I try to... what interests me is finding ways to make the build function, even though people would otherwise say that it's like not viable, right? Or not like too painful to play for some reason. Say like fire immunes. Like, okay, you're like, oh yeah, I don't want to play fire immunes because they're so... or I don't want to play fire type characters. It's like a fireball sword because it's fun, but it's like too... what's the word for it? It's like there's... oh wow, 40 gold find GC. Yeah, like, even though it is fun to play, it isn't... you have to deal with immunities, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, fair enough, but maybe there are locations you can farm where there are no immunities, that kind of stuff. I don't even play anymore, by the way. I'm just saying, and sorry for repeating. Oh, no worries. You're welcome to repeat the question. You know, it's been a while. Like, you know, I might change my mind about it. Maybe maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be like, okay, guys, today's the day that I feel like becoming a POD2 streamer, you know, like, it could very well be anything can happen in life. That's a very real possibility. Or maybe I hit my head and wake up tomorrow, I forget all about Slash, and then I say to myself, this PD2 thing looks kind of fun, let's give it a go, you know. That could happen. That could totally happen, but, you know, like I mentioned, like, I know that there's a lot of possibilities in PD2. I know that a lot of people have been pitching PD2 to me for years. And keep in mind that I have played on POD2 before a few times myself. And in all of those... I played on POD and I played on POD2 on 2 separate seasons for each of them. And in both cases, I just straight up did not... like, I lost interest in the game very, very quickly. You know, like, I made it to, like, Hellbale, and then I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. Now, I mean, like, there's like a lot of different possible builds, but, you know, like, if I want to make possible builds, then I'll just play D2 for that, especially because, you know, you might be surprised to hear this, but I have tons of builds that I want to play on on D2, like the original game, that I have not yet been able to make, believe it or not, right? Like, there's still so many builds I want to make that I have never gotten around to making, right? I've actually documented a whole bunch of builds that I intend to play in future seasons, and there are more builds that I haven't played than builds that I actually have played on that list, so it's kind of like, well, yeah, good luck with that. Hey, ZZZ, what's up, dude? Sumo Dudu! Yes, we're back with some Sumo Dudu gameplay, and I am on my continual journey to farm more high runes, of course, so that's kind of where I'm at, you know. DW Fed said no way. Yeah, yes way. You kidding me? Yeah, yes way. I'm not bullshitting you. You don't believe me, but, you know, like, season after season, I have... hey, Night Smoke. That's my first one of the season. yeah, like season after season, I always have something up my sleeve. It's never an issue of whether or not I've run out of ideas. I pretty much never run out of ideas. That's not the problem. The problem is either having the time to do those ideas or having the interest. Interest in the sense that, okay, like this, like I talked about how there's like a special there's like a special Zon build. Oh, nah, that was a, disregard that. There is a season, or there is a build that I've wanted to play for many seasons, right? But I just haven't felt like. Well, sorry, let me rephrase. There is a build that I have wanted to to show you guys for many seasons, but I just have not felt like playing it in the last two, maybe three seasons. Okay, and that's how it is sometimes. Like maybe, for example, a throw barb. Right? Here's a good example. Let's say I want to play a throw, or let's say throw barb is a build that I want to play, but next season rolls around, I might not feel like playing a throw barb for that particular season. That's just how it is sometimes. But I do have a lot of builds that I eventually do want to play, right? So that's part of it too. ZZ0, now this is POD2 racing. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, fair enough. Is Gull a Hiron Keeper? Oh, yikes. Anyway, I don't even know what to say to that. Night Smoke on 127, and then I'm actually gonna chill here for a sec. Yeah, Night Smoke on 127, and then I gotta offshore all of my finds. It's mostly P-gems, annoyingly enough, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, where was I? Oh, shit. Let me get my gems mule, I guess. Conical wrote the chat would go crazy. I don't... Would it? I don't think so. Because I've already played on POD2 before, right? I've, like, straight up, there was, like, one reset I played on POD2, and I was there, and people were like, oh, shit, you finally caved in, welcome to the dark side. I don't think that they went crazy. There was, like, one or two people who openly acknowledged, like, wow, this guy's on POD2, but I made it very clear. I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna play just for the, reset, and pretty much nothing else. Similar to what I did on D2R, right? And then I held true to that. Like I usually do when it comes to, you know, expressing how little I want to play something. If it's how much I want to play something, you can guarantee that, like, you know, sometimes I'll be like, oh man, I'm really enjoying this build, I want to see it through to the end, and then I'll, like, go and grab milk for the rest of the season in some cases, right? But then when it comes to how little I want to play something, I'm very upfront about it, you know? As you saw last night when I played D2R, I was like, okay guys, I'm only probably playing until the end of this evening, and then I don't know if I'll continue this character. Like, I made that very abundantly clear, unless I was gonna, like, grind for XP, but then the ladder got taken over by bots, as I correctly predicted, so it's kind of like, okay, cool, great. That was fun while it lasted, but I'm back to doing the things that I have the most fun with, which is Slash. So, you get the idea. Alright, well, that's a decent chunk of P-gems. I'm almost at 3 characters worth of P-gems. That's how ridiculous this is. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, TW Fed wrote, that's also true. LOD has very low drop rates, especially for P1. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't really care much for the drop rates. Well, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it, right? Like, last night, one of the reasons why I didn't want to keep playing D2R is because I can't adjust the player count to anything higher than players 1. For me, that's more an issue of, like, of XP, but I guess you could argue that drops is included in that too, because it's obviously more fun to get more drops if I take the time to do something that is more challenging, that I should be rewarded with more drops and more XP. I think that's fair, right? But when I play online D2 LOD or D2R LOD and I can't adjust the player count, I can't get better drops or more XP, especially XP. So I'm like, well, this fucking sucks, right? Anyway, going back to what you were originally saying with very low drop rates, I mean, playing on Slashdiablo, I don't have that issue, of course. No matter if I'm playing on players 1 or players 8, it's no drop 0, so I actually love it here, the fact that the drop rates are better, but or more generous, I should say. But if hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, if the drop rates actually were like players 1 drop rates, that's okay, or vanilla drop rates, that's okay too, because we have multi-boxing. I can set it to players 3, and I'm totally okay with that too, right? So, you know, take it or leave it. And there's also a map hack, so that certainly helps as well. So you get the idea. ZZZ wrote, I'm still trying to figure out if you were trolling with the HDIN on LOD D2R, like you wait until Warlock to... Wait, sorry, what? I'm still trying to figure out if you were trolling with the HDIN on LOD D2R. Like you wait until Warlock to play D2R, then only do non-Warlock, then you do HDIN of all things. I'm legit confused. Okay, okay, maybe not last night. It was the night before, my mistake. Right, sorry, I meant the night before. I meant to say, not last night. Or I didn't mean last night. What does Slash's drop rate even mean? Oh, that's simple enough. So, in Slashdiablo, right? In Slashdiablo, we have no drop 0 on all player counts, whereas in D2 LOD, like if you were to load up single player on LOD right now, hold on a second, actually. Yeah, let me keep this. Yeah, if I were to play LOD right now and I were to load up single player, what would actually end up happening, is that if I kill a monster, they have a 62% chance to not drop an item, right? So that's a pretty massive difference, objectively speaking. Like, that's like a 2.5x difference in drops. So when you say, you know, like, what does that even mean? Like, Slash's drop rate, yeah, Slash has no drop 0 on all player counts, which is one of the things that are different from vanilla. But on the flip side, I don't really care much for drop rates. That's like not really my biggest concern about playing the game. If they had played vanilla drop rates on Slash, I'd still play it. The thing that really entices me about Slash is the fact that the drops, it's not so much the drops, but it's the characters being the same, and the content being the same, and the items being the same that really gets me. More than, you know, more so than drop rates. Like, drop rates are very, like, take it or leave it for me, I guess. Unique mule? Okay, sure. Let's see if I have room on this guy. I do, actually. Ah, perfect. Okay, yeah. Yeah, West wrote that was 2 nights ago. I totally forgot about that. TW Fed wrote, and I miss all the good streams. Oh yeah? Miss all the good streams in terms of what exactly? You mean like my streams or other people's streams? I'm not sure quite what you mean by that. TW Fed wrote, I mean they all good, didn't mean it like that. No, that's fine. I'm trying to wrap my head around what you meant is all. D127 was the last run, so 128 will be next. Okay, cool, good. TW Fed wrote, it's more about being able to do certain expensive builds. You were just saying some take more time investment. Okay, that is very fair, yes. It's more about being able... Right. I don't know, like, D2R, I meant the rare streams, D2R, PD2. Oh, I get what you're saying. You're messing around being like, well, doing like... if I'm not playing on Slash, if I'm doing like POD, PD2, or D2R, then it's like something unusual, out of the ordinary, something that's like closer in line to what the version of the game you like playing, and that's just more enjoyable for you to watch. Okay, fair enough. Like, hey, I respect that. I mean, like, I personally prefer, you know, playing on Slash. Like, this is no secret, but I also understand that not everybody wants to, well, you know, like, some people do prefer seeing non-Slash content every now and then too. That's totally fair. Like, jokes, whether you're joking about it or not, like, I can totally get that. But either way, there we go, wow, just got 2-shotted. But either way, going back to it, right, like, there's like a lot of comments here. Going back to your comment about this, yeah, expensive builds. Well, the thing that's really weird, I mean, I don't know. It's sort of like, it's kind of hard to really answer, like, give one answer to this question. Because there's a lot of nuance behind when you talk about drop or like drops and ease of making a build and whatnot. Because right off the bat, right before like I have to come circle back to your comment because I want to respond to ZZZ. But one of the big reasons why I think it's kind of a tough question to answer is like, is it really tougher to make a build in vanilla? Because if I want to make a build in vanilla, I could fucking use JSP right now, you know? I mean, it's essentially the equivalent of RWT, but, RWT, but like, you know, I don't know. Like, it's kind of are we counting JSP, not counting JSP? Are we, like, are we talking about just in-game trades going entirely solo? Right? Like, how do we even like measure this metric of something like a build being tougher or easier to put together? Not to mention economy can be kind of funky sometimes too. So I don't know. ZZZ, are you still around? So ZZZ said, so ZZZ wrote, I think you played Druid on POD2, actual Druid main. I don't remember what I played on POD2. I actually don't remember. I know that on hey Baldies. I know that on POD. Like, not POD2, but POD, I did Necro, I believe, last time, because I wanted to see what a poison Necro... No. On POD2, I think I actually did Necro. I was trying to have some fun with a Skellymancer, but then it felt weaker, so then that's one of the reasons I RQ'd. Also, I found out that rune drops were kind of like... They kind of shuffled around where you can get specific runes, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't really want to take the time to relearn it, so then that was like one of the biggest reason, like that was like the point where I kind of decided, okay, cool, I've had enough, and I dropped the game. I was always intending to drop the game, but I needed a good stopping point, and finding out that was, I think, the stopping point for me, if I recall correctly, yeah. So, yeah, I think it was Necro, actually, on POD last time. ZZZ wrote, bots? Yes it is. And then ZZ wrote, D2R still needs SSF ladder, but that would mess up the super secret shadow bot economy. Actually, that might be it. That could be a reason. I always assumed that the reason why SSF doesn't exist is because there's just not enough demand for it. Not enough demand for it in the sense that, like, okay, let's say that they add SSF. Like, how many people would actually opt... SSF online. Who would actually opt to play that? Because if most people want to play single player by themselves, and of course they would just load up single player, right? That's the intuitive line of thinking. Of course, I've already kind of given you my pitch as to why I would want to see SSF. Like, you know kind of how I feel about it. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of other people who have their own sort of reasons for, well, you know, a lot of other people are going to not really care whether there's an SSF mode, and so I think that probably for them, like the people running the game, they're probably like, there's not really much in it for us to add in an SSF mode. It'll take them time to actually like build it, put it together, and then ship it, and I don't think it's going to really net them more sales. It's not like Reign of the Warlock where, oh, well, we released Reign of the Warlock, now there's like suddenly a bunch more people playing the game, right? So that was kind of my assumption, at least, as to why they don't have an SSF. If I circle back to the previous comment that you made, ZZZ, you were saying you're trying to figure out trolling with the Hden on LOD. Like, you wait until Warlock to play D2R, then only do non-Warlock, then you do Hden of all things. I'm legit confused. Well, I don't see what's wrong with that. I mean, like, I don't know where to really begin on this, actually. Here, hold on a sec. Let me just... Okay, cool, done. Okay, so I guess what... When you say... I guess what you're disappointed about is why did I bother even loading up Hden if I'm going to complain that Warlock is overpowered, right? I think for me the main problem is that, well, there's like a few issues here, but to be very concise about it, I'm mostly interested in D2, like D2 in its original, close to original format. That original format being LOD, without like Warlock being a new class and all that. Hammerden gets a pass for being broken because it was broken 20 years ago, and they kept it broken all the way until now. Whereas Warlock's a new class, so I would have been a lot happier to play ROTW if Warlock was balanced, but it wasn't on launch. So, yeah, and I don't want to deal with it now, right? Like that's like one of the biggest issues. I'm not interested. I'm already not really all that interested in new content, or I'd be on POD or POD 2. But it's double. It's like a double kick to the nuts, knowing that Warlock is, of course, more like blatantly more busted than every other class, or at least it was in the last 2 seasons. Maybe this season's different. I don't know, but that's how it was. Now, with regards to Hdin, well, that's actually pretty simple. The thing is, my goal was to try to be was to secure. Well, I mean, this is a little bit ambitious, but was to be like top spot on the ladder for a specific character class. If not top spot, then maybe like top 5 even would have been nice. That was one of my goals. I talked about this before. There were a few goals I had. I wanted to make it to Hell Bale. I wanted to make it to top spot. And well, yeah, I mean, on the ladder reset night in particular. And so, reaching Hell Bale, I'm obviously not going to fucking run, like, let's say, like a summoning druid for that, right? If I want to do it in the 10 hours that after the reset night has taken place. I have to pick, like, a closer to meta build, like Hammerden, Windy, Druid, hell, even Blizzork, let's say, would have been fine too. But I need to pick, like, an actual proper build. Like, I can't do some, like, goofy-ass sort of build if that's my goal, for starters. And then secondary to that, that what I mentioned about, like, oh, I want to take top spot. Well, obviously, like, never mind reaching Hell Bale, like, if I wanted to do players 8 farming, I'm not going to be doing it on, like, oh, I don't know, like a Holy Shock Paladin or something, right? Because obviously, yeah, like, tougher content I should be using, like, a good build for. So there you go. That's what I don't know if ZZ are still around, but yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents regarding, like, it might seem kind of sus or sort of weird that I'm playing H10 on D2R, but my goals on D2R are very different from my goals on Slash, right? Like, on D2R, I'm actually actively playing for XP and progression, whereas on Slash, I'm playing to kind of goof around with this guy too, or goof around with most of the builds that I show you guys, right? And dick around and try to finish them completely. So, well, you get the idea. Wow, congrats on the Jarun, Baldi. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to greet you because I was kind of like focusing on my explanation since I didn't want to get. I needed to actually focus up on that that explanation for ZZZ, since, like, okay, it's a fair question. It might seem a little bit weird or even hypocritical that I complain about Warlock when, and then decide to go Hammerden, right? Like, fair enough. That's a fair question. And one that I have to take the time to actually think about to give a proper answer for. Or rather, a proper explanation for, I suppose, in this case. Okay, there you go. Ev Mancatcher, alright, interesting. I can yoink that real quick. What the? Amulet. What the? Full up? Oh, yeah, right, because of this thing. Okay, useless. Let's see. What are y'all talking about? Okay, so here's a question from, sorry, Westro True. Blizz should remove single player and add SSF ladder. Oh, fuck no. That's like the worst thing they could do. Like, even though I would personally prefer SSF ladder over single player, like, if you had to ask me to pick one, I personally, like, for me, myself, and I would prefer an online SSF ladder, okay? But the thing is, I'm sure that 99% of people would prefer the option of having an offline single player. And personally, I would vote for an offline single player because I think that benefits the 99% of people, and it generally just makes for a better game, okay? But in an ideal world, we get the option to do both. Anyway, let's just also put down online SSF doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. I feel like we've talked about this before, but again, like, online SSF is not meant for you, okay? If it doesn't make sense to you, then it's probably not meant for you, and I don't think that... You've already heard me try to explain this to you, I'm sure, a bunch of times, and if you don't buy the explanation, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, think about, like, dude, literally last night was a prime example of why I want an SSF ladder. Like, if it wasn't obvious enough, right? Like, this is, like, forget trying to explain something. Literally just look at what happened last night, or not last night, I keep saying last night, 2 nights ago, okay? It felt like I did my D2R stream last night, but it was last stream, but, well, anyway, you got the idea. Look, listen, so, yeah, what happened... What actually happened 2 nights ago? Well, 2 nights ago, I played solo, right? I played solo by myself. Like, okay, I did actually have help along the way, but to be fair, everyone else also had help along the way, right? And the thing is, the ladder that I want to compete on is the Paladin ladder, but the freaking Paladin ladder is currently just riddled with bots. It's freaking riddled with bots, and... if ever I wanted to grind to, let's say, like, level 99, right, part of my competition for grinding out to 99 would be, oh, I don't know, somebody like Mr. Llama, who's basically getting fed Enigma, Infinity, and, like, Torch and Annihilus, and every other possible endgame item on day 1. How do you possibly compete with that as like a random individual? Even if, like, here's the thing too, you might argue, well, okay, it's unfair, because, like, it's always going to be unfair anyway, because there's always going to be people that are going to, like, no-life it, but, you know, for me, I can, okay, this is going to sound terrible, but I can, let's just say, hypothetically, I can afford to no-life the game. Well, no matter how much I no-life the game, I am never going to be able to compete on the same playing field as somebody who has an army of like, viewers at their disposal, right? SSF doesn't mean no parties, though. You're still not going to compete with being fed XP. Well, okay, sorry. When I say SSF ladder, right, there's a few ways to do it. But the way that I would want to see it implemented would be, like, you can't party up with people, but you can set the players count between 1 and 8, okay? Keep in mind, funny enough that you bring this up, Diablo 4 recently released an SSF mode. I don't know if you're aware of this. And in that SSF mode, because you might think, oh, well, that's not what SSF is, but in D4, that is what the SSF mode is like. I think it's also the SSF mode in D3, too, if I'm not or in D3 as well, if I'm not mistaken. SSF in D4 is like, you can't party with anyone else. It's not just, oh, you can't, like, trade with other people. No, straight up, you just cannot party with anybody else. Yeah, you have to do the work entirely on your own. You cannot get carried by somebody else through whatever content. Like, you have to do it entirely on your own. And I think that that would be really cool. Like, where I'm actually competing on even grounds, like, let's say I make a Sork and you make a Sork, and, you know, there's like there's gonna, what the fuck is going on here? There's gonna be a disparity in, you know, my progress versus yours, but that is entirely on you and me, right? You said seems like speedrunning to you. Okay, so we are at a bit of a, we're actually close to a mutual understanding here then. The fact that you're saying this. Because yes, it is. It is close to, Amazon skill levels. Yeah, I don't need this. Yeah, it is actually very much close to, it is very similar to speedrunning in that sense. But the difference is that speedrunning tends to end when you make it to Hell Bale, right? I mean, that's you've completed the game. That's where you finish the game. But in the case of a grind to 99, well, that's not really you can't really call that a speedrun. I mean, you could call it a speedrun to 99, but, like, that's, well, anyway. There you go. That's sort of the situation with regards to SSF, since you're bringing it up. I'd love to continue this SSF discussion if some things still... You said, I'm sure there are speedruns for that, but I get it. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that maybe somewhere, some case somewhere, like, if you look at Cooley's channel, I don't know if you know who Cooley is. He makes D2R content, and I'm not an active watcher of Cooley, but every now and then, his content gets recommended on my feed, and one of the videos that he did is like, oh, I actually competed with Llama for #1 assassin ladder, or whatever, or #1 on the ladder leaderboard. For assassin, right? So, you know, and that was like, kind of interesting because there's like some strategy involved in that. It's like, okay, you have to choose. Well, I mean, granted, it was assassin, but still. Oh, actually, no. It wasn't assassin. It was Barb. He was Barb, but in that case, he was basically just getting carried by. He was getting carried by a mosaic sin for a bit of it too, if I remember. I don't remember how it went. Okay, it was been a while since I looked at that video, but you get the idea. They're like. You know, if you're playing SSF and you can party with others, then it's basically the equivalent of, oh, well, somebody's playing a Hammerdin, I'll just get carried by, like, a Sorkin 6 Hammerdins or something. But if it's an SSF ladder where you have to do the work from start to finish entirely on your own, suddenly it actually becomes quite interesting. Suddenly, it becomes interesting in the sense that, you know, like, you could be somebody who's very knowledgeable about the game, but still... you know, maybe lack the, well, I mean, there's like a lot of things here, right? You could get like really unlucky with getting runes for Enigma. Like, maybe if I were to compete with a Tay on, let's say, Necro Ladder, for just as a random class, right? Let's say for Necro, in my case, if I were to compete with Itay right now, well, it could very well be the case that Itay's the better player, but I might get lucky and get Enigma, like runes for Enigma on like day 1, right? And he doesn't get it until like a month in. That could very well be a possibility, but still, there is. Oh wow, 3 to Ellie skills, nice. There is actually still going to be some merit to like, okay, well, I'm still ahead of, or Itay might still be like ahead of like 99% of other Necros or something, right? Like there's a good finite metric, and like everybody has to put in their own work. It's the same exact reason I love playing on Slashdiablo. All the work that people are doing is entirely on their own. Yes, we have mapback, but we're all on the same playing field, and there's no bots, right? And there's no RWT. So that, like, otherwise, yeah, like, why don't I just play on D2R BNet then, right? Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, the same reason why I'm playing on Slash, like, applies to why I would want an SSF ladder. In a way. No, TW, like, okay, here, let me just read this. I just got drunk and opened the wrong portals. Fuck, okay, give me a second. I'll be nice for once and just hook them up. Give me 2 seconds. Wealth. Go DD. I have a spare, I think. Yeah, I do. Lucky. I have spare. There you go. Okay, TW Fed wrote, there's no point competing versus a big streamer. They have it so much easier. Also, Llama obviously isn't bad, but my point is versus streamer privilege. No, obviously not. Obviously not. There is in no way, like, this is not like a hate, like, this is not a discussion where we're here to hate on streamers, okay? That's not the point. That is not at any point what the takeaway of this conversation is supposed to be. The takeaway from this conversation, right, again, objectively speaking, is that if you have like a streamer who has, let's say, even 10 people helping him out, is going to have a much easier time than somebody who has nobody helping them out, right? That's fundamentally, like, that is the reality of the situation. And the point of what an SSF ladder would be to kind of even out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the point of a SSF ladder is supposed to kind of even that out. You said, like, this is literally what I'm saying right now, TW Fed, because TW Fed said, like, when you say there's no point in competing versus a big streamer, yeah, well, why is there no point in competing versus a big streamer? Some people might say it's just because Llama is that much better than everyone else. But I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I can compete with Llama on the, like, Llama I would consider to be a better player than myself, okay? I think he's a better speedrunner. He probably knows more about the game than I do, except for perhaps some very obscure mechanics, whatever. But at the same time, I can compete with somebody on the merit, like, on the basis of skill level. What I can't compete with somebody on is the basis of time spent. 10 to 1, okay? That I cannot compete with. So, yeah, again, like, yeah, streamers have it easier, but that's because they actually get help from other people. Suddenly, if they don't have help from other people, everyone's on the same playing field, minus if somebody were to run a bot on their own time and, like, secretly and not say anything about it. But that's a whole separate discussion, right? So yeah. Moving on. I want to reply and respond. I'm going to take a bit of a breather here to actually reply to some of the other things that have come up. So let's take a step back to Baldiz. Sorry to leave you hanging the last 20 minutes, Baldiz. I think that you're here though, so you're probably listening in while you're doing your runs. You and me a game called D2D2 on. Yes, indeed. So thank you for that. You wrote, "Hell yeah, glad you're back on streaming Slash." Hell yeah, dude. I mean, I only did like one stream on D2R for the record, but yes. I'm indeed back on the grind, pretty excited to continue, of course, and, I just wanted a chance to have a nice change of scenery. Again, like, sometimes I do a change of scenery, everyone loses their minds, but yeah, every now and then I just want to do something weird and goofy and, like, different for a change, right? And being able to be, like, 7 levels ahead of everybody else in normal is a very prime example of that. That was pretty fucking awesome. I think that was also good content and should be enjoyable to watch, too. You wrote, "Been blasting your stream in the car and nearly missed my exit because the vibes were too strong because of you slash over D2R for me." Oh, well, I appreciate that. Appreciate your kind words, Baldiz. Actually, hey, Baldiz, it's perfect. Like, this is good timing that you're here. I wanted to ask. I have some items for you that you might be interested in, okay? Let me show you what these items look like. Take a look at this. Are you interested in this at all? Do you want this? Do you let me know while I continue replying to comments? Um, anyway, yeah. ZZZ wrote, "Okay, so you were actually trying to compete for ladder race." Yeah, I was. Same reason I always play meta build. Right, exactly. I was trying to compete for ladder race on day one specifically. And maybe the first weekend if vibes were good, but vibes were not good, so I'm no longer interested in it. I think that's fair to say. So yeah, I was indeed trying to compete for ladder race and also try to beat Hell Bale by the time I ended my stream for the night. Yes, I guess those two things are essentially synonymous with one another, but yeah. So hopefully we are in uh, I believe we're on the same page now. Yes. Hey, Fever, it's good to see you. If you're still here, hope you're having a great day. You said the explanation is that the state of Warlock means that all other builds which had previously been overplayed are no longer meta to a lower extent by comparison. Okay. Yes, you're correct about that. Indeed, yeah. I mean, but I don't know which part of what I was saying is tied to this comment because, yeah, like I'm not, all the other classes like Hammerden, Sork, uh, let's just say Hammerden, Blizzsork, whatever. I actually don't mind. This might be a hot take. I didn't mind Hammerdens. I didn't mind Blizzorks. Because to be honest, you actually needed to know how to gear them up properly or how to play them properly to make them work. But then I feel like Mosaic Sen was like Malgul, and suddenly you can run Players 8. Yeah, you could basically just demolish Players 8. And same thing with I was gonna say Warlord. I meant Warlock too, right? Um, but again, like that's a whole separate discussion. I guess really for me, it's just that I'm not interested in playing a version of the game where the new class happens to be dominant over everything else. That was all I was trying to get at. On top of the fact that I'm not really all that interested in Reign of the Warlock to begin with. They could have released Reign of the Warlock without Warlock, and I still wouldn't have been interested in playing Reign of the Warlock, believe it or not. Even with these extra stash tabs and stackable currency, like stackable gems and runes, I don't. Those are helpful. Those are nice to have, I admit, but definitely not. It's not like I need to have them to play the game, right? Um, yeah. There's a lot of other things I care a lot more, or care about a lot more than stackable gems and runes. Like for example, being able to load into one act more quickly or less quickly. That I care about a lot more. Or having unlimited stash base over having a larger stash, right? Like there's a difference to those two things. Like every character on Slash has only 48 slots in their inventory, but you can make like an infinite number of characters, whereas you can't do that on D2R. There's like little things like that where for me, like the practicality of Slash makes a lot more sense than on D2R. So anyway, it's a whole separate discussion. Sure, whatever. Baldi said they should make classics similar to SSF, so it doesn't allow people to join games, but once you convert to expansion, you can trade and play with others. Classic, but that's different though. That's different. There shouldn't be this need to convert anything into anything. Classic is classic, expansion is expansion. Those are whole different rule sets tied to the gameplay that they're in. In classic, when you talk about D2R classic, you don't even have runes in classic, right? That's a whole separate set of rules and that you're playing with. The characters function differently. The monsters work differently too. The each difficulty reduces your resistances differently, and perhaps most of all, the drops that you get are very limited, so you're going to be sitting on tons of magic and rares, but not very many uniques. So, classic, to try to compare classic to to match up classic to SSF is like comparing apples to oranges. These two things are not the same, not even close to the same. ZZ0 D2R is already an online game anyway. You have to log in every month. Oh, actually, I mean, I want to know about that. I mean, I don't. Anyway, yeah, they can put you in a localized instance so there's no lag. It's just like SP competitive mode. Oh, actually, well, yeah, like SP competitive mode is a good descriptor, like a good description for it. But I didn't know about like it being online only in some ways. Interesting. Yeah. Fever wrote, my SSF ladder rules. As soon as any class hit 99, the 99 gets some sort of prize, and then all characters of that class convert to non-SSF. I mean, that would certainly be a way to do it, I guess. West wrote, and a new SSF ladder starts after. Well, that would be one way to do it. Let's Just Win says, seems like speedrunning to me. Yeah, I'm sure there's, yeah, yada yada yada. West wrote, we here at Dudu hate Mr. Llama. At Dudu, totally. Fever wrote, this is a discussion where we are here to hate souls and dolls in Throne Room. Okay, so yeah, souls and dolls, indeed, are a nuisance to deal with in Throne Room, but that is part of the game. That is indeed part of the game. Like, okay, they are among some of the most dangerous monsters in the game, but part of, you know, being good at the game means that you also need to know how to either avoid them or kite them or itemize against them, you know. It's the same thing with fucking immunities. This is a hot take. I know that not everyone's going to agree with me on this, but I actually genuinely believe that immunities are good for the game. Because otherwise everyone's just going to run Sunder with Blizz, right? Like, there's no reason to run anything else. Whereas in the past... There was a perfectly good reason to run Meteorb Sorceress, because some people hate dealing with immunities. So, you know, you trade out a little bit of kill speed so that you have versatility. I don't know, there's a conscious choice there that needs to be made. It's the same thing with souls and dolls, right? Like, there is skill expression in this game. Like, if you guys don't know how to deal with souls and dolls, and I do, then yeah, I deserve to be able to farm Throne Room, all 5 Bale Waves, and get more XP than you guys do, and that would be a perfect metric for it. Alternatively, like, if I'm playing a Barbarian, well, knowing what build is good for gaining XP, knowing how to properly farm players 8, knowing where to go to maximize the strengths of my build and my efficiency, or XP efficiency, all of those are part of skill expression in the game. So, yeah. Like, I actually do believe that yeah, souls and dolls in Throne Room, yeah, go ahead, hate on souls and dolls. I agree that they are annoying to deal with, but typically speaking, like, if I'm playing, like, if I'm playing, like, an off-meta build, right, like, let's say Holy Shock Paladin. If I play Holy Shock Paladin, I stand absolutely no chance going into Throne Room, and actually expecting to walk out of that alive, but I know this, so I avoid Throne Room. But on the flip side, it's like, well, there are some builds that I play that can comfortably handle Throne Room. You're looking at one right, maybe not right this second, but have another one. I mean, I have my Summoning Druid I meant to show. Right, the reason I was showing this was because Baldiz wrote if that was sword. Okay, sorry, my bad. Who the hell is Assassin then? Zivko, my bad. I was thinking of Zivko. Sorry, Baldiz, Zivko, and Evane all have 6-letter names, so I keep getting it fucking mixed up. Evane is Amazon, Baldiz is Sork, and freaking Zivko is Assassin. Okay, fuck, okay, I got it ass backwards, my bad, sorry about that. I know it's bizarre, but I shit you not, I swear to fuck, like, if people have the same number of letters in their name, I will get it mixed up. Like, I actually do. This is just this is just how it is for me. For whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Fever wrote, ladders, sorry, Let's Just Win said, this is sounding more and more like speedruns to me, lol. Right, and then Fever wrote, ladder seasons being based on times turns all ladder gameplay into a speedrun at a deep foundational level. I guess fundamentally, yeah. I guess that would be the the one way that you could really break it down and simplify it, I suppose. Hey, Dinosaur Fart, are you still here? You wrote Peepo, hey. Yeah, hello, Dinosaur Fart. Sorry to leave you hanging for a little bit, but yeah, I was busy talking to folks. I mean, hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by to say hello, and yeah, hope you enjoy hanging out. Baldies wrote, next ladder reset equals Mr. Llama will be running my druid setup, but why though? There's no reason for him to do so. Like, don't get me wrong, Baldies. This summoning druid has been a blast, and I've proven that it can be very strong in its own right. But, I mean, Windy, I would argue, is still stronger overall. Like, just a quick head count, right? Like, this, uh... yeah, like, just a quick head count here. Summon Grizzly hits for 3.4k. My Merc hits for, you know, let's just say 10k. But then at the end of the day, they're limited by how often they can attack, and their AI can be kind of stupid, and they do like one quarter the amount of damage to bosses, right? Whereas, oh, I'll load up my NATO Druid, and then my NATOs can hit for like upwards of 6k. You know, that kind of thing, right? So, and they also have Hurricane. So, yeah, as much as I wish I could be like, oh wow, summoning Druid new meta, it's indeed a stronger build than we might expect, but I'm not gonna try and pretend like it's suddenly gonna replace Windy as the meta option. I don't think it does, frankly. And even then, even if we were to take Summoning Druid off the table, I think even Fire Druid, I think a lot of people say that Fire Druid, because of Sunder Charms, is ridiculously strong now. And I would probably concur with that. Like, I play Fissure Druid, then I carry myself all the way to, like, Hell Act, or Nightmare Act 4, even on Players 8, right? But the one reason why I stopped playing Fissure Druid is because of immunities. Take that out of the equation, and suddenly Fissure Druid is, like, freaking nasty for everything, right? Except for bosses, perhaps. Fever wrote, bots and RMT are indeed part of the game. No, I said no such thing. Oh my. Anyway. Okay, no comment. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, Baldies wrote, Ami GG, but I'm only running Sork this season. Okay, thank you for that. Heads up. Yeah. Okay. I shall continue then. I already finished this run. I'm gonna continue on, and I'm gonna try to make it to run 150, and then decide what I want to do after. I think I've already... give me a second here. One second. Alright, sorry, I was just looking at the, this is the Slash, Discord right now. I actually posted, wow, a 3PNV20 Tiara! There's actually quite a few people who have actually, responded to it. Still trash being a one socket. I mean, this guy's right. Anyway. Let's continue. That was good chat. That was a good, nice little mini rant, if I could even really call it that. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing alright, by the way. Just, again, like I mentioned, just getting some gameplay in, trying to do some Sumo Druid, Sumo Dudu gameplay, you know, with my bear and my, well, in Trav. I just want to give a little heads up, or I guess nice reminder to people that, again, I can only play for another half hour or so. Yeah, so after about a half hour, I'm going to have to hop off, okay? So, yeah, if you guys have any other final questions, do feel free to get them in. Otherwise, yeah, it's been a really fun stream already. I wish I could stream for longer, but again, I was busy in the morning, preoccupied with other things, and of course, I have plans in the evening too, so... yeah, I did get a chance to do a stream for those of you who are here today, though, and I'm hoping, Again, I can't make any promises, but I'm hoping that tomorrow I can do a stream as well. But again, that's to be determined. So keep your eyes peeled. If I do end up doing a stream, it'll very likely be in the morning. Unless I'm forgetting something, but I think it should be in the morning. Baldiz wrote, did you end up getting that demon crossbow? You know, it is funny that you ask about that. I'm glad you brought it up because, give me a second. I knew I was forgetting something. I was waiting for a good audience for it, and I think I have that audience here with me today. So, guys, check it out, okay? Check this out. Alright. So, this is, yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to resort to using this Chukonu. I think it was either barcode or DPS. Here, let me just check here. Demon crossbow. Who messaged me about it? Demon crossbow. Hold up. Toast. It was Death by Toast. Okay, here. So let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. So Demon Crossbow, I actually, told everybody that I was looking for Demon Crossbow, and this is, if you guys take a look here, Toast was nice enough to add this on his map pack for the crossbow. And this is what he found after, and he actually tossed it my way. So, yeah, big shout out to Toast for this Demon Crossbow. And, let's see. Oh, and in addition to that Demon Crossbow, check this out. I actually was running some bales. Like, you guys remember when I said that I was, like, level 92, I think, like, 92.5 on one of the streams, and then I think the following stream I was, like, 92.7 when I started, or something like that. That's because I ran, like, a bunch of bale runs, or, I like, not even that many. I think I did, like, 10 or so bale runs, but I can't remember why. I think I was trying to I might have been trying to fiddle around with, like, the bale bot setup, so that I could demo it for you guys, or so that I kind of could figure out why the hell it wasn't working, right? I think I was like, oh yeah, it's like 68 yards on cleansing at this point. Does it work in the Bale throne room? And it doesn't. And it's like, why is that? And I did a whole bunch of Bale runs to figure it out too. I think in that process, I found some demon crossbows somewhere along the way. Or something like that. But the bottom line is, these two demon crossbows, I've been looking for demon crossbow for the entire fucking season. And believe it or not, the demon crossbows actually appeared in my Bale runs just at random. 2 of them, like back to back pretty much. I did like one Bale run at like 92.65 or something, and then like 2 Bale runs later, another one showed up. So these are the only 2 demon crossbows I have found the entire season. Crazy, crazy work, like crazy RNG, man. Reminds me of the time where I rolled like 2 5 all res and was it 5 FHR or 7 MF? I think I got like 5 all res, 7 I don't remember actually. Anyway, yeah, I remember getting like when it rains it pours, man. That was the point. Anyway, where was I? Baldiz said I can lend you my jaw just to see that demon in action. Don't you need that jaw rune for something though? I don't know. I'd feel bad if like I yoink that jaw rune I make. Actually, you know what? Duped crossbows, yes, clearly. Unironically, if I get this jaw rune, then I think I actually just start doing bales. Like, straight up, I would just non-stop run pub bales on this stream. And I would actually temporarily shelve the Trav runs, or indefinitely. Gorgon crossbow, god damn. Oh, sweet, thanks, okay, jaw rune. Okay, hold on a second. Before even discussing the jaw rune, okay, before even discussing the jaw rune, let me figure out. Okay, 3 demon crossbows. Okay. All right. 1, 2. Okay, I don't know why I'm carrying this. 3 demon crossbows. You guys can see it. Okay, read them and weep. I mean, I know I certainly am. Okay. 3 demon crossbows. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to roll them. You guys know the drill. I need Ral, Am, P, Amethyst. So I'm gonna quickly go and find... Because unfortunately, demon crossbow, if I just pull this up for you guys, take a look. Give me a second here. 5 sockets. If I Larzik my demon crossbow, I will get 5 sockets, so I must roll. I already rolled 1, and it turned out to be 2 sockets, unfortunately. So, I gotta actually, get started on this. So, yeah, let me pull up my rune mule. I have 3 of them, right? So I need 3 Rals, 3 Ams. So let me find my runes mule here. Let's on RNG on your side for 4 socket. Yeah, that'd be nice, I guess. Read 'em and weep. Yes, for real. It is really reading and weeping. Am. Wait, did I? Oh, shit. Oops. I put down an ord. Am. And then now I just need Ral. I have Ral here. I have 3 Tals here, and I have a Ral here. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alright, so check this out, okay? I got my boy, the Tal runes, and then now I need the P Amethyst. Well, hold on a second. Actually, let me cube these 3 up. Okay, there. 3 Rals, 3 Ams, okay? And then now I need 3 P Amethysts. Alright, moment of truth. Wait a second, sorry, I need my spare amethysts. Shit, it's the other account. I predict first roll is going to be 3 socket. Oh, that's a good guess. I'll take 1 socket then. If you're guessing 3 socket, I guess 1 socket. Alright, anybody want to throw in their hat in the ring for some guesses while I fetch my P Amethysts? I am definitely going to read them and weep, though. Okay, I have 2 P Amethysts here. I can fetch a 3rd one later. I'll figure that out after. 1? Ooh, you have little faith. Alright, guys, here you go, okay? Ral, Am, P, Amethyst. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, bam! 5! Fuck! Alright, and then I'm gonna just drop this. Next one. Alright, this one I will guess 5 sockets for, okay? This one I guess 5 sockets. Alright, 3, 2, 1. My brothers will not have died in vain. Okay. Last one. Alright, I hate to ask this, but can I... fuck. Can I steal a P Amethyst from somebody? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. On ground. Okay, this is Baldiz's P Amethyst, okay? This is Baldiz's P Amethyst. This is the one. 4 sockets incoming. Guys, at this point I've rolled a 5, I've rolled a 1, I've rolled a 2, okay? This is the 1. Well, no, this is the 4, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, boys, the search continues. So this is what Zivko must have felt like when he was doing his rolls for Caduceus's. Yeah, I remember he was looking for Caduceus's. He was like, anyone got Caduceus? Anyone got Caduceus? I found 2. I'm like, why do you need 2? Or actually, I found 3. I dropped in the first one, but like initially, sorry, I found 1, and then I found another 2. And I think I gave him the 2, but then when I gave him the 2, I was like, why do you need multiple Caduceuses? He's like, oh, I need to roll for 4 sockets for Rift. It's always the 4 sockets, man, I'm telling you. Fuck. What attack speed is Gorgon? Probably dog shit. Let me, confirm that real quick. Well, here's my collection of failed bases, I guess. Well... you know what? Here, Baldiz, you hold on to the jaw rune then. If I don't have a base, then there's no need for me to hold on to the jaw rune. I can just, you can just give it to me. If I ever find that demon crossbow, then I'll toss it back. But otherwise, yeah, you should just hold on to it. Or you can like toss it back when I get there. Clearly, just equip a flawless, unless you want to try Gorgon base. Just hold on to it for a second. I don't believe it'll work though. Here, you said attack speed on Gorgon crossbow. It's only 0. Take a look, okay? So Gorgon crossbow. So again, I must reiterate, demon crossbow is minus 60, meaning that as a druid and wear bear form, I can, well, yeah, 14 frames per attack, right? As soon as I switch over to the other one, Gorgon crossbow, instead of 14 frames per attack, don't even talk to me right now. Don't even talk to me. Don't even. Just. So yeah, I appreciate the hustle, but yeah, no. I think I'm good on the Gorgon crossbow base. I'm just gonna walk away. 70. Wait, what was that? 71 frames per attack. I can swing one for every 3 seconds, like once for every 3 seconds, assuming I'm not frozen, of course. Damn, that is the longest delay between attacks I think I've ever seen. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I had Holy Freeze and Decrepify active. Here we go. Sorry. That's because I had Holy Freeze and Decrepify here. I had it set like this, so that's why the attack speed was so slow. If I take these out, okay, it's not as bad. Okay, it's 13 frames per attack, but now the comparison is between that and Demon Crossbow. Well, I mean, it's a bit of a slight increase in attack speed here, just a very slight one, you know. 6 frames versus 13 frames. Now, granted, indeed, with Gorgon crossbow, I can get like with Faith and a bunch of attack speed, I can get down to 9 frames. But after that, like that's the that's the lower limit. So yeah, hopefully that puts it into perspective for you. Baldiz wrote, the whole server's on the hunt for Demon Crossbow. We can definitely call this the season Demon Crossbow. I disagree with that. I don't know if the entire server is searching for Demon Crossbow, but even if that was the case, I actually believe that this would be the season of, should I say the season of Desherm? I would call this freaking Desherm. Let me just check this. Yeah, it was Desherm. Desherm found a perfect Griffins, and he found a perfect Sork Torch. After 26 Sork Torches, he found a freaking perfect Sork Torch, and then he was running AT. He found one of the few Griffins on the server, and indeed, it turned out to, like, you can check this out for yourself, right? He found his Griffins, and it was freaking 20 and 15, and then he socketed a 5.5 light into it. I don't know where he got the 5.5 light, but okay, sure. Not going to question it. 5.5 light. Just incredible. Marahome wrote, whoever's P Amethyst you use to get the 4 sockets, you should get them to personalize the item for you. I guess I could, but yeah, I'm still on the hunt for it, so I don't think we're going to get a chance to experience that. Anyway, guys, I think that this is, I'm down to my last 15 minutes on today's stream, so I'm going to run the remaining Trav runs. I think I was on run 137. I'm going to double check in a second. I'm just going to do like another, 13 runs to get myself to run 150, and I'm going to call it for the day, alright? So, it's been a really fun stream, and also the server's restarting, so this is actually perfect timing. Well, I guess it's only for GS1, though. Yeah, so, again, it's been a really fun stream. I just want to give a shout out to everybody who participated today, whether you were just lurking in chat or, Baldiz, who was like actively trying to give me some items to get me going, or an active chatter who I got a chance to talk to. It's been a lot of fun, so kudos to all of you, and really appreciate you guys joining in and participating today. But yeah, like I said, I do have to get going. This is quite a shorter stream than what I'd usually do, but frankly, it was either this or no stream at all. So 2.5 hours is already pretty good, I'd say at least. Okay, let me check 10 minutes ago. No, 15 minutes ago. When was my last run? Okay, so 138. Okay, I completed run 138. I actually, oh man, I should have left a reminder for myself which run number I was on. Awkward. 1 second. Okay, D139. I finished 138. I finished 138, and then I brought my guy here. Okay, 139 is next then. Alright, cool, cool. 139. D139. Let's see. So Fever wrote, what about using the Gorgon crossbow but just clicking your mouse even faster to get more attacks? Yeah, you wish it worked like that, bro. Yeah, I mean, I wish it worked like that. Oh, I can click fast. Don't get me wrong. I have a good trigger finger from the days I had to run these like semi-automatic pistols in MW2, the OG. But times have changed. Wait, what? Okay, nice. Show us what those fingers can do. Oh yeah, I got you on that, but you get the idea. Alright, I'm gonna ID these. Run's done. And 1, 2. Honestly, I don't really feel like going through the trouble of muling this. Okay, nice. I mean, by the time I finish this last run, I'll also have like, I think 2.5 million gold, so you know, and I can offshore that to my other paladin, and then I'm like good to start farming more gold in the next run. Wait, what is going on here? What the hell's my summons? I was like too eager to get started on the run. If my merc would stop being stupid, that'd be much appreciated. Hey, I came all again. Circlet. I don't know what to do with all this gold now. Like, I'm like pretty much done on my paladins. They have everything they need because I found out about the whole, you know, the zones, different, oh, 3 shapeshifting skills, amazing. You know, like I found out about, oh, interesting. Yeah, I found out about how XP is actually distributed, so this essentially means I don't need to gamble for any more coronets. I could do it for fun, but there's not really much point in me doing so. And I don't think that I really do enough runs of anything else to warrant me needing that much gold for telecharge. There are some seasons where I would need to, but this is not one of them, of course. Anyway. Baldi's Road, are you still missing anything on Paladins? You know what? That's an excellent question. Baldi's, no. It's up. The Paladins are done. I guess I could argue that I could use a Paladin torch on my Hammerdin. That's like the one thing. But otherwise, I'm pretty much finished. Like, I actually don't think I have anything else. Like, I'm like trying to really think here because, like, yeah, I already have like beyond 53 yard radius or whatever, and on my auras, and it's not like the game can even render parts of the map that far and shit like that. So I'm kind of thinking that I don't really plan to do anything else with those paladins. I'd really like to focus my effort and my wealth for this season, whatever else comes up, on actually trying to finish up this guy. Like, yeah, there's no reason to really do anything else, yeah. I will say, though, I would appreciate a Skin of the Viper Magi. I'm, like, tinkering around with other... Well, sorry, wait. I'm tinkering around with other characters, but the Skin of the Viper Magi, I guess, isn't for me. It's for somebody else. Who was like asking for it. So, yeah. Figured I'd try to help him out with that one. Well, if anybody's got a spare skin of the Viper Magi. Okay, great. 38 minutes, or 38-second run, including the items that I picked up. Interesting. But yeah, thanks for asking, and that's a good question, Baldies. No, I'm good though. Bottom line is I'm good on my pallies. I don't need anything else. Which actually begs the question, why am I even bothering with these chances then? Yeah, I should actually probably replace my chances. It really depends. Like, do I really want to do more gambles with you guys? I know you guys love gambles, but like, it's not like, am I really looking for anything in particular? Or is there anything that I could get that I could sell for like a good amount of gold? Because if it was like early ladder and people needed like, let's say like a 3 traps 20, well yeah, let's say a 3 trap skiller and they have like an rune lying around, right? Then okay, sure, like it's like worth it for me to search for it. But if, hey, Blade of Alibaba, let's go, dude. Blade of Alibaba on run number 143. Cool. At least I got one like genuinely good find for this set of runs. I also should have probably marked down the IK Mall. I think I got IK Mall last run, right? Yeah, I think it was IK Mall last run or something. I'll just mark it down as 142. IK Mall 142, Alibaba on 143. Mall 142, and then Alibaba on run 143. Let's see, 65 ED, not that anyone cares about that. 143. Nice. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Or, you know what? You know what will be even crazier? I got, oh man, I got the dumbest fucking idea. What if I don't even bother trying to... Yeah, like what if I actually use these strictly for telecharges? That was the other thing I was thinking. Like, I don't even bother trying to gamble with this gold. I use it strictly for the charges in Trav, and then I basically filter out all gold and items. Well, maybe not items, but yeah, basically just gold. Yeah, that could be a way to do it. Okay. I think one of them escaped the amp. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Oh shit, my Heart of Wolverine. I wasn't paying attention. That's a bad habit of mine. Like, I'm like too busy staring at and admiring the amp on them, and like, Heart of Wolverine does make a massive difference, okay? Like, it's not, it's like, what is this? It's basically adding a fortitude to both my Merc and my Bear. Yeah, this Bear hits, man, so it's a little silly that I forget. Attack rating, I don't need that. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm close to filling up on this character. Like, loading up on gems every couple runs. I should... I'm actually debating whether or not to stop picking up gems, too. The original reason I was picking up gems was to sell it. In the past, I used to be able to sell, like, 88 P-gems for Vex, but there's no gamblers this season. This is, like, the first time I failed to sell even my P-Amethysts and Rals. I have 44 P-Amethysts and Rals lying around. In the past, I get at least an ohm for it. But since there's no one who needs it, I may actually have to just start burning the P-Gems in the crafting packs myself. I already got started on that. I have one pack that I can't sell, and I have, like, leftover, like, Rals and P-Amethysts. There's no need to make a second one to sell if no one's even buying the first one, right? So, that's why I'm just like, well, yeah, I actually started making my own crafts just for shits and giggles. Besides Faith Enigma, what other gear do you think will be an upgrade? Ah, I'm glad you asked. So, besides Faith and Enigma, what else could be an upgrade? Well, I'll tell you right now that eventually I will need 2 SOJs and an Arachnid Sash, okay? Right off the bat. On top of that, I would consider... Well, give me a second to think. Uh... Oh, yeah! I still need to replace this Delirium with, that helm, right? The 6 Summon Grizzly Pelt. Yeah, that would also be an upgrade, in quotes. It's more like a side grade, I guess, technically speaking, but I would want that. And what's the last thing? I mean, I guess War Travs in place of Visaris. Well, no, wait. No. I remember now. I know what my endgame boots are supposed to be. Give me a second. Again, like, I want to replace Cesaris's belt and boots for Arachnid Sash, and, this. I'm waiting to replace my boots for this. Ha 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 ha. I mean, because my res are gonna be shit once I replace my armor for Enigma, so this is gonna be my way to compensate for my lack of resistances at that point. So, yeah, this is gonna be my swap in place of Asaris's boots, you see. Jaw Cham? No, not quite. Actually, I wanted to socket my Grizzly Pelt with this. I don't think this is a jewel that, people will actually buy off of me, so... I mean, even if it was, this is too good. Like, this is like such an Epine jewel that I can't really... You know, just get one more jewel like that just to stack stats. But Cham is correct, though. Definitely one of the sockets is going to be Cham no matter what. Even if the 6 Grizzly Pelt rolls into one socket, I would still plug a Cham in there. That's highest priority. But if I got lucky enough to roll a second socket, then, oh, you can bet this bad boy is going in there, too. Wow. So... yeah, to answer your question, that would be what I'd run with, if it came down to it. Moving on, Westro, wouldn't a rare pelt be better than Delirium 2 Druid skills? Yeah, it depends. It depends, on what exactly I want. Because I have a choice, right? Indeed, a rare pelt can get 2 Druid skills and 3 Summon Grizzly, that's correct. However, a magic Grizzly Pelt can roll +3 summoning skills and +3 summon Grizzly. So, yeah, if I wanted to get the absolute strongest bear that I possibly... Oh, and one other thing. A magic pelt, if I go to Larzik and I Larzik it, then I can actually roll for 2 sockets. A rare pelt... if it doesn't already come with 2 sockets, then the most I can I can socket it with is 1. So yeah, ideally I would like to get a magic 3 summon Grizzly, 3 summoning skills, and then try to get 2 sockets on it from Larzik. That is the highest amount of damage I could possibly get on my Grizzly. Of course, I'd have to trade out everything else for it that a rare pelt could give me. Right, like resistances and other shite, but that is kind of the situation. I want a cool magic pelt on this guy. That is, you mean, you understand what this is like, because you're actively looking for the highest gold find possible sort of items, so, yeah. On your gold find barb. Anyway, yeah, one more jewel like that just to stack stats. Nah. Alright, gonna continue with this run. I'm actually pretty close to... oh, shit, it's already 5:30. Oh, dude, I gotta get going. Alright, let's wrap up the remaining runs. Yeah, and then I think I can get out of here. I was just questioning the Delirium. Oh, you're questioning the Delirium? Okay, well, I mean, this Delirium has, the base on Delirium right now is 3 summoning Grizzly. Delirium gives +2 all skills. So in total, I'm getting +5 summon Grizzly from this. Indeed, there are rare pelts that could be better than Delirium. Yeah, if I found one that had +2 Druid pelt, or Druid skills, and then +3 3 summoning Grizzly with resistances, then I'd love to take that over Delirium, because I don't want this to trigger Delirium or Confuse and overriding my Amp or whatever. But the simple fact of the matter is, like, good luck finding such a helm, right? A Wolf Pelt that has 3 summoning Grizzly, or sorry, 2 Druid skills and 3 summoning Grizzly? Like, that is a very difficult find. D2 is in Delirium getting 3/3 Pelt. Yeah, totally. Can't you gamble pelts? Ah, another good question. No, you cannot gamble pelts. I think the only class-specific item that you can gamble for is actually Assassin Claws. You cannot gamble Wolf Pelts. You cannot gamble Sork Orbs. I don't think you can gamble Shrunken Heads either, you know. So, no, unfortunate, or Paladin Shields for that matter. Yeah, class-specific items, for some reason, Assassin gets a pass, but, yeah, Druid specifically cannot gamble pelts. No, you also cannot buy pelts either. Pelts never show up in shop. Your best case scenario, your like the best way you could possibly roll for more pelts, you have 2 options, okay? No, you can't reset shop. You can't do that. It's not like, I don't know, like Necro Wand. Like, there are some wands, right, that could spawn 3 PNB with like 3 Poison Nova or some shit like that for a Necro, I guess. You could go in and out of shop until you find one such wand like that, but you can't do that for a Druid Pelt, no, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have already tried that. You can do that for Assassin Claws. You can do that for Assassin Claws until you get like +6 Lightning Sentry. That's an option. But you can't do that for Druid Pelts. Druid Pelts do not show up in the shop. Which means that if you want Druid Pelts, like magical rares, you have 2 options. If you want a rare Druid Pelt, you can look for level 85 pelts, or eye level 85 pelts, so let's say like pits and whatnot, and then you could use the Imbue quest, like this quest right here, Act 1, Quest 5, and then you could start imbuing pelts until you find one that has 2 Druid skills and 3 Summon Grizzly. In fact, I should have already been doing that. Thanks for the reminder on that, actually. So that's one option. But you won't be able to find a 3 Summoning Skills, 3 Summon Grizzly pelt that way. You can only find 2 Druid skills and 3 Summon Grizzly, which I guess I could settle for. That's the first option. The second option is if you want a magic pelt, with 3 summoning skills, 3 summon Grizzly. You can't get it in shop, you can't gamble it, but you can use P-Gems to re-roll it. And if I just show you real quick, this guy right here, I actually have pelts that I intend to use for P-Gem re-rolls in case no one buys the P-Gems. Indeed, as I correctly guessed, no one actually is biting on my P-Gems. No one cares for them. However, I do have this. You see this? So this is, these are going to be used for another day. You see this? One of these days I'm going to be doing like a shit ton of gamble, like re-rolls for those magic pelts that I showed you a moment ago. Today is not that day because I got to get going, and I'm still in the middle of doing like 1000 Trav runs, trying to get Faith Bow, and there's like a whole bunch of other shite that I still am more focused on. And I'm holding out hope that maybe somebody out there, if they have excess amount of currency, that they might want to actually buy my P-Gems. Okay, so that's why I'm holding on to all these P-Gems. But there will come a time where I'll be like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna like burn all my P-Gems for a mass reroll on that pelt. Okay, let's just win roll. Let's give us a heads up. I want to be here for that stream. I'll try my best to announce it when I can, but I can't make any promises. I'm not gonna. I probably won't do it spontaneously because it'll be a big deal, you know? Like, I'm not just gonna fucking stack up like 300 P-Gems, like 3 characters worth of P-Gems, and then be like, oh, I'm just gonna spring it on a random Tuesday. Okay, it's probably not gonna happen. Okay, this is also a very good question from Baldiz. Baldiz asked, it needs to be level 99 pelt. No, it doesn't. I don't think it does, but I don't actually know the exact level that it needs to be. I don't even know the optimal level that it needs to be, so I figured that a much faster alternative would just be to get a level 99 pelt so I could roll like absolutely everything, okay? So that's why I actually pulled level 99 pelts from Bale. Like, he dropped a couple and I was like, you know what, sure, I'll hold on to these. So I figured I could just use those for rerolls. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's some optimal level for a wolf pelt, but I didn't actually do the research on that yet. I probably should, so that I can grab it sooner rather than later, just in case. But yeah, that's the situation, Baldies. Baldiz wrote, I remember one day I shopped +6 Fade Claw. Oh, yeah, no, that can happen. 100%. And then Baldiz also wrote, watch D2D2 rolls his 6-skill Grizzly Pelt. Yeah, no, that could very well happen this season. I mean, I did that with the Matriarchal Bow, right? And I might have to do the same thing here. I think I'll have to do the same thing here this season with a Wolf Pelt. Unless I get, like, super duper lucky, right? There's other people who've been playing Sumo Druid season after season for, like, their Bale bots. Their, you know, AFK Bale, I should call it. AFK Bale setup. But they have never found... Shit, wrong character. But they themselves have never actually found a... they have never found +6 Summon Grizzly. The most I've ever seen, I think it was from 3 Fates, is a Wolf Pelt that has +3 Summoning Skills and +3 Dire Wolf, but never +6 Grizzly. So, you know, that's the situation, more or less. Oh yeah, right, I was trying to bring in my other guy here so that he can actually fetch all this gold that I'm, like, sitting on. Although this is kind of superficial. I don't need to do this. I could actually just keep hoarding gold. Yeah, whatever. It's fine, whatever. Let's just win road. Sounds like when we were rolling for that, re-rolling for that stupid bow. Yes. No, that's literally what this would be like. That is an exact one. Like, this is legit. Like, again, that's why I was telling people, like, you know, get yourselves hyped, because this season we're going back to the whole, oh, I'm going to have to re-roll with my P-Gems for this one stupid thing, right? And I think I had a similar situation with my Sork last season. I was going to be looking for, like, magic, like a 6 enchant orb, I believe. So in recent seasons, there have always been some weird combination of stuff that I'm looking for on my characters. Next season, this is like a very minute spoiler. Very unlikely that I will be needing to do these PGM rerolls, but this season I do. If Merc gets kill, yes. Merc is your MF plus hers. But your own MF is... But your MF is whatever you have. Yeah. Let's just win Road Blizzsork next season confirmed. Well, I wonder about that. I mean, granted, I haven't actually locked in 100% on what build I want to play for next season, just so that we're all clear here. However, give me 2 seconds. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do the last 5 runs here, so here we go. I think I completed that run, right? Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. I think that close enough to like 150 runs so far. What was I saying here? So, hold on a second. Proud of myself. I'm up to 517 according to this chassis, most I've ever had. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Oh shit! Whoa! Fire lightning in chat, it almost fucked me up, dude. Holy. Okay, wow. This is an interesting set of drops here. So this is Corpseborn. I think Baldiz was the one who requested that I actually announce what each of these items are and what they do as I pick them up. So I will try to make an effort to do so here. So, yeah, this is Rattle Cage. It's got Crushing Blow. And then Corpseborn comes with Corpse Explosion charges. So, yeah, there you go. Very nice. Roll. And one more. Okay, cool, cool. I'm, like, hella full up. I hope that no other items drop at this point. Like, I'm, like, hella full. So anyway, yeah. So that's the situation regarding the wolf pelts and all that shite. Okay. The very last thing I wanted to address, because I'm very quickly approaching run 150, and once I reach 150, I'm gonna call it. Like, I'm not even gonna bother muling my stuff off. I'll save that for either off stream or, you know, when I start the next one, depending on whether or not I actually end up having time to play tonight. However, I wanted to take a moment to answer the final question. This came from Baldiz, right? Baldiz's original question was, what other gear do I think will be an upgrade? And, oh shit, hold on a second. No, Merc's dying. Hold on. On the previous run, I got Corpse Morn and Rattle Cage. I don't know if it's worth it to mention Rattle Cage. No, probably not on Rattle Cage, but Corpse Morn. Yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, upgrades. So, like I said, Faith Enigma, obviously, Iraq SOJs. I don't know about my amulet, if I would prefer to have my Maras or +2 Druid skills with FCR amulet. I think it's impractical to expect that I'll find a Druid skills FCR amulet, but frankly, even if I do find such an amulet, an argument could be made that Maras is better on the grounds that the teleport cost will be reduced off of Maras, but not off of the crafted amulet. Another possibility... Oh yeah, obviously I need to replace these chances for Trangloves eventually, that one's obvious. But there's actually one other adjustment I want to make, and that's, like, I mean, I talk about Faith Enigma, but what am I then going to have on my Switch? So, that, again, is going to be my trump card for the season. Another of many surprises that I have for you guys. Yeah, and you guys can guess it, but I don't want to spoil the surprise this time around. Okay, I'll let... Again, in the interest of, you know, I don't have enough time. I'm gonna just... Ah, fuck, man. I'm gonna have to dump some of these. Garbage. Is he... Okay, he's finally dead. You need to hit 163 FCR? Okay. No, oh, you mean like on Switch? That is a possibility. Wait, is it? Whizspike, Spirit Monarch, Arachnid comes out to 105. Tranglo's 125. Amulet is 145. 2 Rings comes out to 165, assuming that I'm running my helm, like my 6 summoning or 6 Grizzly Pelt. There's a couple ways to play around with it, but no, I don't intend to. I will say I don't intend to hit 163. I think that I feel like it would require too much setup. Like, I actually need to get, like, a good crafted amulet, or, like, a good, like, 3 summoning skills, 20 FCR circlet, or something, you know? And I think the other problem, too, is that... aside from the fact that I don't really need 100 FCR or whatever, or 163, is that I just feel like, yeah, I just lose out on way too much damage. Like, too many trade-offs for an upgrade for me in town, actually. Like an actual actual upgrade. 30 faster run walk. I think I have that already, so I'm just gonna junk it. Alright, let's take a look. What do we got? In town. Act 4, I'm guessing. Huh? Which... I don't know where you dropped. A3 town. Oh, okay. Oh! I don't... The problem is I specifically wanted to run these on 100 MF, so if I take your chances, it would indeed be an upgrade, and I'm quite grateful for it, but then I would need to shuffle my MF around somehow to hit 100 exactly on the dot. So, I mean, you can take it back if you want. Otherwise, never mind. Yeah. If you want, you're more than welcome to take it back. Like, I don't need this. However, if you are junking it anyway, then I can hold on to it and then toss it over to my next, to my mule, in case in case, you know, one of my other characters or someone else needs it. Yeah. So, yeah, you let me know. You can come back into this game and pick it up if you'd like, if you want it back. Like, I genuinely, like, I appreciate it, but I don't need it. I needed this MF amount specifically. Otherwise, I even had some other MFSEs that could get me a little higher on my MF. Antlers. Okay, I'm going to assume by your silence that probably you don't care to pick this back up. So, yeah, I think I'm done here. Flawless. And, okay, there we go, guys. Run 150. I'm going to assume that y'all are good, that you've gotten all your questions out of the way. Again, the thing that I'm going to have on Switch, or the things that I'm going to have on Switch, are going to be a super awesome, it's going to be my super secret awesome OP strat. Okay, so I'm like excited to show you guys, but you're going to have to wait until I at least get Faith, and then I can kind of figure out how that's going to work afterward. Alright? Folks, it's been a blast. Once again, thanks everybody who participated today. It's been great. I am on run 150. I just completed run 150. Run 151 will be next. My character is full. I'll probably have to offshore that, and my characters are full of gold, so maybe I'll need to figure out if I should start filtering out gold to speed up my runs or some shit. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Baldi's wrote Mang songs on Switch. Yeah, it's a possibility. Baldi's wrote marathon, long stream, marathon over long stream, over short stream, over no stream. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I figured you guys would very much appreciate me doing some kind of stream today, if nothing else. All right. Hold on a second. Okay, cool. Just had to do something real quick. Okay, cool. That's it. I'm out. Yeah. Take care, folks. It's been a blast, but off I go. Hope y'all had fun. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D2. Oh, shoot. One other thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, my stats and my skills and my gear, for those who are coming in late, who are coming in late, I guess, which is pretty much everybody here. My gear and my stats and my skills and my Mercs gear are all the same exact items as what I had at the start of the stream. So if you're at all curious as to what my character's wearing, you can take a look at the start of the stream. So, okay. Make sure to look into that if you're at all curious. But otherwise, I gotta get going. So, take care, everyone. Hopefully I'll catch you all again tomorrow if I have time for it. But otherwise, I'll see you all in the next one. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D2, signing out.